Zip-a-Dee-Doo-dah, zip-a-dee-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zip-a-dee-doo-dah, zip-a-dee-yay. Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual. Everything is satisfactual.
Zip-a-dee-doo-dah, zip-a-dee-yay.
Wonderful feeling, wonderful day.
Zip-a-dee-doo-dah, oh zip-a-dee-doo-dah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I hope you're having a Zip-a-Dee-Doo day. Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Nobody's thumbs up. I can't hear you. Gitchy, come on. All right, Belinda says she can hear me. Thank you. All right, welcome in, everybody. Welcome to Hump Day Hangout. This is just a little show I like to do on Wednesdays, and just so all of us friends can get together and chat and have fun. Hello, Julie. Debbie Burnfield, welcome in, dear. Little Mermaid fan.
Thanks,
Hi,
honey.
Belinda.
Hi, honey.
Producer Belinda's over there. Kenneth H. What's up, buddy? Gitchy. How you doing, dear? Verna, welcome in. Amy, welcome in. Awesome. Trivia tonight. Of course, Donna won again. And Steamboat Stevie. Here, I got a video to show. Since Steamboat Stevie's here, here we go. You ready? You ready for this, Stace? Tommy, I'll be right with you. You're gonna love this video. Steamboat Stevie, everybody. Gotta love them. All right. So, let me bring my wonderful, beautiful guests in. There they are. Oh, my God. He was working.
Yeah, he's not. So
I am.
He crashed the party.
What are you talking about? I'm not invited to this.
Now we can't talk about him.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Oh, okay. Is he really leaving?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
He's here.
welcome in, living the magic. We have beautiful Stacy, beautiful Kaylin, wonderful Kellen, and
Beautiful
some
Tommy. Yes, perfect. Thank you.
No, just Tommy.
Oh,
some bearded guy that just wanders in. I think that's the guy that lives under the bridge with Steve.
be.
Yes.
So, welcome in, guys. It's so great to see you. I miss you
Oh, you
so
too.
much.
Miss you too. Thanks for having us tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I have a couple things here. There we go.
Hey, everyone.
Those are some really great pictures of Steamboat Stevie, by the way.
I know, aren't they?
what resort was he in? Passed out on the chair. Was that like Beach Club or something?
I think it was the yacht club.
Yacht Club.
Yeah, and then we just ate at Steakhouse 71, and we got on the monorail to go to Magic Kingdom. We had breakfast there, and he was sound asleep snoring on the monorail.
That was a great one.
I had a whole family sitting next to me laughing, and I said to him, I said, look, that's the only way that I know he's still alive. Is I hear him snore.
And if he's not snoring, you hold like a mirror to his nose to make sure that there's like.
I just hear the snore, and it's good to go. But no, I love Steve. He's always good for a gag.
Oh yeah, we got to see him at the M80s, which was great.
Yeah, but he doesn't dance.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and what you get a few drinks in him, and he'll be out there dancing.
He's danced before. I've seen it.
He must have had a few drinks in him then.
Maybe.
So welcome in. If you see down the bottom of the screen, I have the website for the Over the Edge fundraiser for Team Kellen. This is why I wanted to have Living the Magic on, because, you know, something that I've really gotten into as far as, you know, since I've met this great family, is Give Kids the World Village. We'll get more into that later on. But first, I want to talk about Kaylin.
Uh-oh.
Kaylin, tell everybody what I bought you when I was down there for Christmas.
Sorry, I'm completely zoning out.
I bet Kellen remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Tiana sketchbook.
The sketchbook. And I will tell you, before we even left Yeehaw Bob, she had a ton of sketches in that book already.
Yeah, because I forgot to bring my own, so I was just rapid sketching to make up for the difference.
A lot of people don't know that Kaylin is a fantastic artist. I mean, like, she's amazing. I've never seen somebody that young.
Thank you, Verna, for the compliment. My sketchbook?
Go get a couple. Yeah, she'll show you.
While she's getting that, Doug, which was really, really cool, is we were going through some things and we found some of her early drawings from like way back, like 2016, 17, and even some of the Art Academy. Yeah. And the progression it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's unbelievably talented. She doesn't get it from either one of us. I can't draw. Tommy can't draw. I mean, we can make some mean stick figures, but that's about it. So.
Oh, I can't even stay in the lines if I color.
Yeah, same. I'm terrible.
Gitchy, no, I am not into repelling. If I would do repelling, it would just be a free fall. Steamboat Stevie is at Olivia's right now for dinner.
Oh,
I do know that. He's there with his daughters and my niece and nephew. They're all flying back home tonight. So, Steve, have a wonderful dinner. Let's see.
here she comes.
Yeah, Verna. I mean, you wait till you see it.
Speaking of artists, I know Verna is a very good artist. She is.
Verna?
Yes, Verna.
Verna Marie?
Verna Marie, yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's extremely talented. Okay,
we were going through really old like stuff, like artwork and stuff, and I found a drawing from 2015 that, I was like 6 years old. I took that thing. I was 6 years old. So this was supposed. This is not my
Put it up
current.
there.
This was supposed to be Sadness from Inside Out. I made this when I was like 6.
Nailed it.
I just thought this one was really funny.
That's how it started, right?
Nailed it.
And now
She had this really cool idea. We've been going through all this stuff in storage, and I found a bunch of old drawings, and she had the idea that she wanted to recreate one with, her skills.
First, I
today.
just want to show. This is how big my sketchbook is. This is my face. This is how big my sketchbook is. I can hardly even fit it on the frame without knocking someone out.
Santa brought that one for you.
Mhm.
Go on.
And then I'm trying to find a good one to show.
Did you recreate that one?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that's TBD then. I thought you did that one.
No, not yet. I will. I have. Don't know if anybody
This is
can know
one
who
of my
this is, but
favorites.
I drew this.
Put it closer.
This is
To
a character that was featured in a song.
Put it up there so they can see the
Oh.
detail on the skirt.
That's the crazy.
Look at that. Is that not amazing?
It
And
looks
then-
digital. It's so perfect.
Yeah.
And then I have
It's all markers.
another one that I really, really liked that's a little bit older, but I mean, it's not too old. I just made it a few months ago. I have this one as well.
Welcome
Like, I
in,
really
Dave.
like shading on the eyes.
Get closer.
This one,
Unbelievable.
you can see like the shading in the
There
eyes
you
and
go.
how I did that. This is all with Copic markers and Prismacolor colored pencil. And then I'll show one more. I have this one, which I fully colored. This one.
Oh my goodness.
The effect didn't really go through. It was supposed to look like a shattered mirror because
I could see that.
it's two different people. The tiles that are colored in red are one person, and the tiles that are colored in green are another.
That's unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
It-
see it, Doug. Like she'll sit down when we go see Bob. Like she
Look-
loves Bob.
look at-
Don't get me
look-
wrong, but she
look at-
likes to
Look
zone
at
in
Dave's comment.
on her work. So she'll sit there. And
Oh,
Say
So
and
something.
then by the time we
Dave,
leave,
so-
she's got it looks like that. you know?
Someone recognize Hatsune Miku.
Dave did.
Oh, Dave. Yeah,
Dave.
there you go.
I love
See?
Hatsune Miku.
Must
yes.
have-
Hello, Jeff and Angela. Welcome
So
in.
Dave, you
Um,
nailed that from
what-
Kalen's aspect, and then you're a big Back to the Future DeLorean guy for Kellen. You're like,
Their new hero.
yeah.
Verna, thank you.
I
I
feel-
absolutely love cross hatching and like my artwork. Like, I don't know if it's on my newer stuff because this isn't like my newest.
Oh, that's a
sketch.
good
that
one
one, yeah,
too.
sure, that
Show
I
this
didn't
one.
like that one. I'm not
Hi,
sure.
Jennifer.
Wow.
Jeff's here. I'm leaving.
I don't think she knows
But
what
like this
Excel
one,
is,
I just
Gitchy,
want to
but
show.
she's
Like on this one, if you look really closely at how I draw my eyes, is I do cross hatching in the eyes, which I started doing that because just to make them look a little bit more different, and I just really, really like it. I do that with
It's-
my
Show that
it's-
other one.
it's unbelievable.
I
And when we were sitting there watching
Oh, hold on,
Bob,
wait. Hold on.
I was looking over the wall and
Yeah.
watching her do this. And it's just so it's effortless
yeah,
for her.
yeah.
And here's my question, Kaylin.
Hang on, she just stepped away for a second. Hold on.
She's got more art to show you. This is going to turn into the Kalen
It might
art
be
show.
like, yeah, it might be a
Hi.
Kaylin interview.
I have my other picture.
That's okay. Hey,
This is when I
Doug had a
started.
question
this is
for you.
something,
What was
this
it?
is something a lot of people didn't know about Kaylin.
Yeah, see?
Only people who like really have seen her and watched her. She's just an incredible artist.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
And it's all from her head too. She's not looking at anything. She started that way where like she would look, and especially when she was learning how to do features, eyes, hands, she'd be like, I can't draw hands. And she would look, and now it's all, from her mind. Yeah, I love that one. Hold on, she's got another one to show you.
I also I have this one, which this is a newer one with a lot more like cross hatching. That I like with the contrast between the blue and the red, and then
I have no idea what she just said. So
a lot of them are like rough sketches. Like this one was unfinished, but this was an inside joke I had with me and my best friend. If anybody knows Dragon Ball,
I have no
one
idea.
I really liked.
Yes, Gitchy, he is.
He's playing with a laser pointer with the
It's
cat.
Don't blind
And
somebody.
I have
Anyway,
this one I did, which
You
was
torment her.
a rough sketch.
So when you see Kalen out
So,
about,
Kaylin,
always a notebook with her.
and
so
then
Kaylin, I have a question. Can you take like a picture of somebody and like do what those artists do and make like a, what is it called, a characterization? Can you do something like that?
I don't really do it as much for real people because that's like I mostly do it with just like anime characters because the proportions are a little bit easier to draw because they're fiction. I don't do it. I've never done it with a real person, but I guess I could try.
Because I'm going to tell you what, you are good. I think you could do it. And, that is something, I mean, you could do that for Disney. I mean, you could be sitting in Riverside or somewhere else just drawing people and getting paid to do it.
We should just park you on a bench. And
Yeah, we're gonna. You know what? That's a good
Sit her.
idea, Doug. We're gonna sit her right next to the character people at Port Orleans.
Take her over to Olivia's.
And
right
I
now.
guess
she can
it-
sit out there and watch Steamboat Stevie.
I guess it would be like it would be nice because like all the art on Disney, it's like that specific caricature art style. Not saying it's bad, it's just what most of it is.
Welcome in, Dave. And Jeff, yes, I am cooler than Steve.
Get you on.
Yeah, hey, Kaylin, take a picture of me and practice.
Yeah, I can try.
I do not get offended whatsoever. So
You wouldn't have any problem with the hair, Doug.
no, that's the easy part.
I'll draw the hair. How about that? That's perfect. I'll draw
Yeah.
the hair.
Tommy, you ain't drawing nothing.
Nope.
He couldn't even draw your
No.
hair. That's how terrible. he
But
is.
yeah, so I wanted to talk to Kaylin first because I mean she is an incredible artist, and it's not. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but it's always Kellen. Kellen is always the star because, as he should, of being the star of the show, overrated. But Kaylin, I mean, Kaylin is a trooper. She is always there. She loves her brother. And I tell you, if anybody would try to hurt him, she would scratch their eyeballs out.
Facts.
I have a message from Nana
Yes, my mother had a message
Nana.
for
I'm a-
Kaylin.
for Kaylin.
And she says, Nana says that you are absolutely amazing. And she's very proud of you.
Thank
Aw.
you. Thank you very much.
Mama Goody.
She also wanted me to tell everybody that she loves you guys.
Oh, that's
you.
Oh,
Love you, Mom. And Garrett, Monarch Moments, is here.
Yeah.
I tried to get Garrett. First off, did you guys see It's Joey's World's video this morning?
I didn't watch yet. I watched the trailer.
It is.
Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
It is so good. The Garrett Monarch Moments part is hysterical.
I want to do an interview with him and Michelle and him wear the paper bag.
So real quick, not to spoil it.
No,
so,
it's fine. It's fine. I should
So
watch
it was Garrett, Michelle, and you had Joey had a blonde wig on
Yeah.
on the one side, and they had like smoke coming in. Garrett always puts stuff on the screen, and on the right was someone wearing a paper bag with a smiley face because Garrett doesn't show his
Doesn't
face.
show his face. That's
And I
great.
like this. The one that caught me good too is the one of Dad Builds. Was a good one too.
Yeah, yeah, with the beard.
The whole
If anybody can share that link in the chat for everybody to go watch it, because I'm telling you, I was sitting here busting a gut this morning.
It was
And
unbelievable.
Dakota come running out of the bedroom thinking there was something wrong. I was laughing so hard. I told Belinda, I said, I haven't laughed that hard since I was a little girl.
They make the best videos.
Yes.
The absolute best. The most entertaining.
They have the best intro.
The most well produced. I love it. Yeah, the intro.
This one is another original song, basically, that they wrote that Joey
Okay.
sings.
I can't wait.
Oh, so I just really quickly wanted to add that
Karen.
I'm gonna work on it more because I kind of forgot about it. But I have a YouTube channel and I'm gonna start to be posting
Yes.
I might start out with just sketchbook tours, like videos of showcasing my sketchbook and the art in it. But I already have an animatic that's up there for a video game I really enjoy, and I have some older speed paints, but they're still relevant, I guess. I don't know. They're from a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
I gotta post more.
Well, and I've shared your YouTube channel in the chat on the streams, and I didn't know if I was allowed or not, but I was like, let's just do it. Who cares?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're always allowed to.
You're always welcome
It's
to.
public. It's out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Yes, Verna. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. So everybody go check out It's Joey World's video. It is so funny. I can't believe they didn't do something with Tommy with just a mustache.
Oh, no.
Don't
That mustache
want
is gone forever. Never to be seen again.
A channel name suggestion for
Uh-oh. Garrett has a channel name suggestion for Kaylin. Kaylin's World.
Kaylin, it's Kaylin's World. There you go. You spelled it right.
Let me spell the name right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Kaylin, you're awesome.
Thank you.
You know, you're such a cool kid to hang out with. So
Yeah, it's funny because like when the kids were younger, Kellen was the quiet one, right? And she was the one that was, you know, when they first started doing speeches for Give Kids the World, it was her, and she kind of guided him. For anyone who's seen like the gala video that they did, like their first big on stage speech they did, you know, and then as she got closer to becoming a teenager, she just started getting real quiet. You know what I mean? She'll talk your ear off, you know, but for the most part, she's just kind of quiet and sticks to herself, like most teenagers, right? But it's funny just because it was so opposite when she was younger. Like she was always making YouTube videos and singing, and she would do these fake weather reports and stuff. You know, she has this completely electric, vibrant personality. And now that she, you know, I mean, all teenagers kind of go through that like quiet stage, or they're just kind of, you know, for whatever reason. So it's not everyone gets to see that side of her. You know, if you hung out with her in person, you know, obviously you're more
she can be snippy too.
Yes.
I've seen the snippy part too.
Yeah, it's very minimal. We're pretty lucky, right? She's not.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
But then again,
she's a teenager. I mean,
it's
gonna
all
happen.
It's part of.
I work with tons of them all day long, so I know. Welcome in, Mary. Mary, Adam, and Blake are here.
Meow.
Meow. So that's awesome. So we'll go to Tommy now.
Oh.
You sure you want to that?
Sure.
We'll get him out of the way. Tommy, the first question I have, does anybody have any questions for Kaylin before we move on to Grizzly Adams here?
Really?
You guys remember who Grizzly Adams was?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you need to be nice.
I'm being nice. That was nice.
When I was younger, Doug, everyone thought I looked like Eddie Munster.
Really?
Still does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got that. And then who was the other, like in your younger 20s? It was
Brad Pitt?
No.
Tom Cruise?
No.
Oh. Leonardo DiCaprio? James Bond?
No, the guy, the comedian guy.
Oh, Dane Cook.
Yeah, everyone's like, you're
John Candy.
More John Candy.
What is her channel name? I think somebody put it in there.
But that's her. Is that her YouTube?
No.
Yeah, Kiyosaki. Hold on.
We'll post it in the chat.
Yeah, let me.
Okay.
Go to our channel and then
Okay, on the streams, Kellen seems so polite and well behaved.
Oh boy. Okay, Kaylin, you have a question.
What is the most annoying thing he does off camera?
Oh, look at his face.
I tell you, for me, what the most annoying thing he does is what he's doing right now.
You have a question.
Sitting on the
No
counter.
normal human being can sit the way he sits like
Okay.
that.
Hi,
I've
I've returned.
Be nice with your answer.
Look
Get
at
you
that.
a question. Read it.
Here, I'll brighten it up.
What is the most annoying thing he does off camera?
Family channel.
He's very loud,
He is. Yeah, there you go.
He's very loud.
especially when he's playing on his virtual reality headset.
Okay, that makes
Well,
sense.
okay.
That is right by my room.
Because you know, Doug, that we have this. Kellen and I are on this weird schedule, right? Kaylin has school, so she's in bed at like normal people time. Like the latest she'll stay up is midnight, right, on a school night. Kellen will be playing. Well, she doesn't start school till 9:30.
Oh, okay.
So
it's a minute down the road.
And it's a minute down the road. So she, you know, she has that flexibility at night. But Kellen will start playing VR in the room next to her at 4 a.m.
Parenting 101.
Yeah, we're great parents, right? You know, and because that's like his awake time. And I'll be like, Kellen, like Sissy's sleeping. And she's a pretty solid sleeper, but still, you know.
Sometimes.
He's loud. That is a good answer, though.
You're both loud.
I'm very loud.
Yeah,
Everyone
it
knows
was-
that already, though.
You two are.
Go
Yep.
ask my friends; they'll tell you I'm very.
Oh
loud.
yeah, we know that Tommy's loud.
Oh, wow.
For sure.
All right,
All right.
Garrett has a question.
Oh, more questions. Kaylin, Garrett has a question for you.
Hi.
Hi, like it's Hello, Monarch Moments. What is your question?
Can you read it?
Oh,
You don't have to answer this,
I'm very
Caleb.
badly addicted to Pokemon Online.
yeah. I won't bury my face in a pillow, but yeah, always playing Pokemon online.
Okay. All right, we'll leave that question there then.
Here, I found it. There.
Here, get to me. I'll put the link in the chat.
I don't use it a lot.
You're gonna
Is this
start
the
it?
one that you're gonna? Are you doing another one? Okay.
This is the one that I'm gonna keep.
But Kaylin, seriously, find a picture of me online,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And just try to mess around with it and try to make it like a character with like maybe Donald Duck's body or
Verna said that she could help with realistic
Mm.
stuff.
there's Donald.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Hey, what is
Really nice.
what did we learn? What did we learn Donald Duck's middle name is? Fontanel or something?
I don't remember how to say it.
We were on oh there it is right there. We were on Amy's trivia and she said who Donald Duck's middle name was.
Yeah.
I didn't know Donald Duck had a middle name.
It's
There
like
it is.
Fontenot or something, or
Fauntleroy.
Fauntleroy.
Thank you, Jeff. Did you look that up, Jeff, or did you actually know
That's Jeff's middle name. They share the same middle name, so we knew it right away.
it? Oh, is that Jeff's middle name?
And for
Jeffrey Fauntleroy.
for the channel, I also have an Instagram and a few other social medias, but mostly like my Instagram. That most of it's by the same name.
Same name, right? On your Instagram.
Like on my Reddit and my Instagram and my TikTok. Well, the TikTok's a different name, but the Instagram and Reddit
I
have
know
the
we
same
were all
name.
social media'd out.
I have a lot of social medias, a lot of them.
No, I don't want
Tommy.
And the pillow now that you know all that.
Yes. Yeah, that was the answer.
Tommy.
There's my little.
Look, Mary. Blake and Adam. Blake and
Oh, my
Adam.
goodness.
Is that
She's
the new
not-
kitty?
My little baby.
Give me my baby.
My little baby.
I'm sorry, babe.
My
Not-
baby's sound asleep here.
I'm sorry, babe. Daddy's making
So,
me.
Tommy,
Yes.
she's a teenage girl. She's going to have all the things.
Nope.
Look, our baby got a haircut.
Oh, she's cute.
Daddy made me wake her up.
Did you just seriously burp sitting on me?
She probably did.
Really?
Like dog, like dad.
Yeah.
She is not very ladylike. Hi, honey. I know. Now you're gonna lay by daddy. All right. So Kaylin, awesome. Everybody check out her channel, check out her drawings, and we will be waiting to see the Doug character.
Yes, it's coming.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now on to the big guy.
Here, you get
Kellen, yeah.
Grab
Oh.
Thank you, Mary. Mary just subscribed.
Yeah, Mary, awesome.
Oh, so did Deb.
Awesome, Deb. So, Thomas.
Maybe Debbie Bernfeld subscribed to your channel.
Aw, even though you're a Philly fan.
Yep.
By the way, I think the Pirates swept the Boston Red Sox.
Thank you, Julie.
Can't believe that one.
Back up on your perch.
So, everybody knows Tommy. He's the one that always talks on stream.
Never
Okay.
shuts up.
He's scared of heights.
Yep.
But I'm sorry to inform you that this June, it's already been decided that JD, Chris, me, and you are going up in the balloon
First off,
on stream
I'm gonna
as
do it.
long as weight permits it, you know.
That's a good point. Yes, I'm going to do it, and it all goes into what's scrolling across the bottom of your stream right now. Yeah, yeah, Garrett, that actually was the best you've ever looked, buddy. It was impressive. I said it on the stream when we were at Epcot. What Stacy is going to do, 428 feet. Like,
Yes.
I even showed it to put in perspective last night at the Grand Floridian. Like, that's 5 stories in there. And I look up there and I'm like, whoa, this is 32 stories. Like, this is no joke. And it's not like this will be her 3rd time doing this.
Oh,
And
so she's a pro.
when we were at Epcot, when it was Kaylin and I, and Kaylin's, everyone, I think someone was like, let's go do soaring. And I don't do soaring because, again, the fear of heights and the
Let
screens.
me let you have this. Screen.
You know what, Tommy? I'm the same way. It makes
But
me
you know
sick.
what? I did it because, you know, it all circles back to Kellen's bravery and everything he's been through. And then you have Stacy rappelling to show her bravery in support of Kellen, which is still a minute amount of bravery that he's shown, you know, for his whole 12 years. So I think I would be okay to be brave, which is, you know, I don't even like using that term, you know what I mean, in this instance, to go up in a balloon with some friends. So I'm
Here
there.
comes the excuses.
I'll get you. No. Nope.
So Tommy, let's ask this. What are the chances
Oh boy.
of next year you doing it with Stacy?
No.
Like no chance whatsoever.
I need to be on the ground
Nah, you want
cheering on, and
What if Kellen walked up to you, real sad face, said, "Daddy, please do this for me."
nope, doesn't work.
Daddy.
Doug, when you do it, I'll do it with you.
You might
Oh,
say
that won't
on
happen.
paper,
Listen, I would repel, but I don't think they got enough steel cables and things to
That's a
hold
whole
me.
other level,
if
like what you're doing.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that's
you
next
could
level.
say, I mean, we've watched people, right?
Like full athletic, you know, prototypical 6'2" chiseled human beings.
One of the most athletic people that we know is literally just all muscle.
Mhm.
You're not talking about Jeff, are you?
Not Jeff.
No,
not Jeff.
close
Not
though,
Jeff.
close in muscle tone.
Yeah.
Pro wrestler. Okay,
Oh.
friend of ours, Tommaso Ciampa. We could put it out there, right?
Yeah, that's fine. There's videos. Yeah.
So, because Will Kellen interviewed him too
Mhm,
that time.
yeah.
It was, was it 2020? No, actually, it was 2021. That rappel.
Mhm.
We're thinking like, oh, he's not going to be scared, right?
Mm-mm.
I mean, you know, he's done the steel cage matches. We've seen him do some crazy stuff. He was petrified,
Mhm.
petrified, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, you
sure.
on paper, you're like, yes, it's great. You get up there and you're like, I mean, I'll talk more about it, but I mean, it's when you start, it's like absolutely terrifying. So
Your first
I think
start.
even if we convince Tommy to do it, I don't know that he would be able to actually. It takes a lot of mind over matter.
You look down when you get
But
up there.
explain to them how it starts, because the first like millisecond is insanity.
Yeah,
you get in there and
I was
explain. I'll come
talking
back.
about it the other night. Like, hold on, this chair's terrible. So you go up to like the 28th floor, right? And you go out on like this utility roof. And then from the utility roof, it kind of like sits down. They have this scaffolding that you have to climb up.
Rickety
To
scaffolding.
me, that's my body. My knees don't work. So just for me to get the scaffolding is like, you know, it's these tiny little metal bars. So you're climbing up the scaffolding, and they're talking to you. There are 2 rappellers go at a time, right? So they take 2 of us up. They talk to us. They harness. We're already harnessed in, right? So they switch the harness from the down below to the actual rappel. So as they're doing that, you know, they're talking to you and they're coaching you, and you stand on the roof, right? You literally stand on the roof, and your back is down to the ground. So you stand there on the edge, and they tell you scoot back, and then you just have to like bend your knees and then like go, right? And I'm like, first of all, I'm like, my knees don't bend, okay? They do what they want. So like, I'm waiting for one of these times I just kind of flop over the edge, but you just kind of like get down and then you go. And then you have the craziest thing about it is the person who has the worst job is this guy Bailey, who's like the Give Kids photographer, right? He has to sit on this scaffolding the whole day. This is from 8 to 5, 2 days in a row where people are rappelling. And he has to sit there and get those shots. Like if you've seen the one of me with the arms out, I mean, that's terrifying to do, but he's got to lean over, right, and take that shot. And along with, like, you get probably at least 40 shots. And then once you're down, you know, halfway down, he's still taking pictures and stuff. And, but he has the craziest job, hands down, for sure. I don't think I could do that. But yeah, I mean, once you go down, like, you know what you're doing. You test it first, and they tell you it's literally safer than driving a car. It just takes the mind over matter to actually do it. But once you do it and you realize how exhilarating it is, you know.
How long does it take you?
That's a good question.
To get from the top to the bottom? Like,
it depends. Like,
is there a time frame that they give you, or
no? They you could take as much time as you need. Some people, it takes a really long time for them to get down because you basically have like this lever, right? And you pull, and as you pull it, you're released, and you go down, and then you stop, and then you can kind of, you know, they want you to enjoy it, right? Look around, and then you keep going down. Now, some people, they pull in that thing and they're just like, and they're going, right? They tell you not to go too fast, right? Because you don't want that much slack. Yeah, I mean, you don't want just, you know. So you kind of have to stop.
What's going fast? It like, doesn't that ruin a lot of the?
Yeah.
I mean, it's more of a like quick excitement as far as, you know, of you looking around as you're going down.
Yeah. So you kind of
listen. Ford is flat, so I'm sure you could see a lot from up on top there.
Oh yeah, like the first time I did it, and I made the mistake of looking, and I could see the top of the parking garage. I came back.
So how high is it?
Huh?
How high is it?
428 feet.
Okay, 428 feet.
Yeah.
So the highest things on Disney property are 199 feet.
Thanks for that.
Okay, because if they did 200 feet or more, they had to put a red light on top.
Right.
So you're doing. Let's see what's one of the highest things.
I'm going to look it up, Doug. It's
a
great analogy.
I'm glad that they're streaming it this year. So when you see it set up, like the very first year I did it was 2020.
So you're probably 2 contemporary hotels high.
More.
Hold on.
I think it's.
Hold on.
I mean, when you look up, like when you see it, and like you can see the people on the top of the building that are coming down, you can't even see that they're people. That's how. They just look like little dots. Like you can't. They put names on the signs. So you know who they are.
Okay.
It's high. I mean, it is.
Listen to this. I'm going to put it in perspective, Doug.
What did he say?
He wants you to do it next year with Stacey.
No, I'm not doing it.
All right. Does anyone know how tall Cinderella Castle is?
It's 100, 193.
189. 189. So take Cinderella Castle, put another Cinderella Castle on it, and then add
50 feet.
Yeah. So that is a perspective of where you're starting.
Man. That's high.
It is high. And there's moments like I mean, I'll look around, but I don't look around too much because you kind of have these moments where like I'm really good at mind over matter. I mean, it's got me through a lot in my life. So I really try to focus and, you know, keep my bearings. But there are a couple times on the way down when I hit like that, you know, like I had like this out of body experience. You know, everything just feels like, you know, so you just kind of have to regroup. And, you know, there's a couple parts where like you're kind of forced to slow down because there's ledges that come out that you have to kind of navigate around. Right. But it's funny because one of the craziest things is that it's the hotel rooms, right? So most people, and they tell everybody that's on that side that like there's going to be these people rappelling all day. So don't freak out when you see like someone at your window. So people do weird things.
That would be so funny.
Yeah,
coming down and somebody's standing there like half naked drinking their coffee.
Yeah, it's happened.
It's happened.
Okay. Sometimes it's just people in the window.
That's where I go.
And then
during
other
the rappel.
times, like,
there you go. Garrett,
pull the lever.
I will do that. We'll find out what side next year they're doing it. And me, you, and Jeff will all go up there and we'll have something planned for when Stacey comes up past the window.
Listen, if I raise $3,000, we get to spend the night right in the hotel. I don't think we get that side. We can request it, but 3,000 is it 3,000, and then 2,000 is the GoPro, which I think apparently you get to keep. But with the first year we did it, I have to dig out the video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you'd want to see that one because it was the first.
I know you were 1,500 the other day. What do you?
1,501 as of last night. Yep. So halfway to 3,000.
Well, Jennifer Crusoe said she would do it.
There you
I
go.
was just gonna say that. Yep.
Oh,
I-
there you go.
I
It's
wanna-
usually normally
Jennifer
it's
Caruso is
February.
fearless. You should hear the stories that I heard on Sunday about her and her son,
Don't be
Michael,
telling. Don't be telling.
about
her
some of the
stories.
crazy skiing things they do. It's nuts. They're
Yeah.
I want to do it Tuesdays.
Okay, next year. I'll let you. Hey, listen. Actually, I will say this. Once
you would crap your pants.
I probably would, but still.
it's life changing, let me tell you. Once it's over, they'll usually within like a couple months, they'll send out the communication for the next year. They usually have they pencil on that date because this company Over the Edge, this is all they do, right? So
Okay.
you have to kind of pencil in your times, your bookings. So they'll send out something with the following year's dates. And then if you register right away, they waive your registration fee, which is normally $50,
Oh, okay.
which goes towards your fundraising. But when we get that, and I know that people are like, oh, I'm definitely in for next year, I'll send out the link. So anyone that normally it's in February. This year it's April. So I don't know if going forward it's going to be April, but as soon as I have, the dates for next year and the link, I can share it with anyone who might be interested.
Belinda had a question. Does it feel like you're falling?
It doesn't feel like you're falling. Like you feel extremely secure. Like that's not even, you're not worried that like something's going to break or you're going to fall out of this harness. I mean, you are secure. You feel very comfortable and confident in that regard. Because the team that they have is phenomenal. I mean, there's no room for any kind of fear. It's more so the, I don't want to necessarily compare it to like anxiety because I don't want to scare anyone. It's just, you just kind of have these moments like you just woke up from a dream and you're like, wait, what am I doing here? What happened? Why am I, it's more of that. That's why I said the best way I can explain it is like this out of body experience. Like, where am I? What's happening? And almost if you woke up from a dream and you're disoriented, that sounds dramatic, but it's just for the most part. I mean, you have your composure, and you're going down and you know what you're doing, and you can focus on the windows, right? You can focus on just getting down, or you can kind of take your time and look around and so the fact you also have a radio on you that you can talk to the people that sent you down the whole time. So if you need encouragement, some guidance, questions, you're like, hey, is this, because sometimes what'll happen is there's a better word for the pulley, the lever will kind of get like a little bit balled up, right? So you kind of have to they have to coach you. Sometimes you can do it. Like I know how to do it now, but like, they coach you. So you can kind of have like a panic, if that happens and you pull it and you're not stuck and you're not going anywhere and you feel like I'm going to be hanging here forever, but they're really, really great at talking you through it. And they know the people that are a little bit more nerved up, they'll talk to them the whole time they're going down. That's why they only do 2 people at a time. Plus you can arrange it so that you go down with someone that so you're probably like 15 feet from them, maybe not even, but somewhere
That's
around
probably
there.
about right.
So you can you can say, let's go down at the same pace.
Can you talk to each other? You think you can hear each other?
Yeah, you can talk to each other.
You scream to each other. Welcome in Tim, Tiki Man fan, and welcome in Chris and the Curtis family. So welcome in, guys. Is there anybody else I missed?
Does your legs hurt when you're going down? Like feel tired?
They don't hurt when you're going. I mean, it's a hard question to answer, to generalize, because I have really, really bad legs, really bad hips, knees, like all of it is just. So for me, it's like I struggle because your legs are bent, like you're kind of in a sitting position, and then your legs are dangling, and you're kind of bouncing off. Just put up here, bouncing off the wall a little bit, So for me, it's when I get down. Like I always struggle getting off the harness a little bit because
I was going to ask that if the hardest part was at the bottom of the wall.
Yeah.
Because then you got to transition from the wall to the ground.
Right. And they kind of, depending on who has the slack at the bottom, like it's volunteers. it's like like the first year it was no problem. The second year I was kind of like dangling for a while, and then you like hit the ground. It's like my butt's on the ground, and I'm like, you can't really control your body, right? Because it's all the ropes and stuff. So I'm like waiting for them to get me up, and I'm like, so
She looked
if
like a
that happens
marionette.
this year, I hope that Tommy doesn't live stream that part. Just
I'm gonna zoom in on that one. Like,
I was literally like laying on the ground.
can anybody hold the slack rope, or is it somebody trained?
trained.
Yeah, they're trained.
Like Tommy can't stand there and hold the slack rope.
No. Thank God.
Has either one of the kids ever showed interest in doing it?
Caitlin wants to. I don't think either one of them hit the weight
and height. Or is it just
Yeah,
weight?
no, it's weight. I think you have to be like 110 pounds or something like that. So
Okay.
Keelan's not quite there yet.
Well, they could go together.
She wants to, yeah. And I don't know. I mean,
They could go in the same harness, and that'd be over 110 pounds.
yeah,
Barely.
because I wouldn't have a heart attack or anything. I don't
Hi,
know
Francisco.
that Kellen do it. I mean, he's so tiny. I think he'll be 50 till he hits 100 pounds. I mean, he's literally, I'm not kidding you. I mean, you see how short his shorts are. We have to cut jeans, and even still, I mean, I'm getting like 6T, like the kid is so scrawny. He's just,
And I mean, when I'm down there, I mean, I try to feed the kid, like, come here, eat what Doug eats.
He eats more than us in some instances. It's just his metabolism is double.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what he
he's
eats.
constantly that's why he's always hungry, because he's burning through everything so quickly.
He eats like 6 meals a day. He really does.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to start cutting the fat off the steak and just have him eat the fat.
I don't even know if that would help.
Mm-mm.
So Amy's here.
Oh, thank you, Verna, for your donation.
Oh, Verna, thank you.
Thank you, Verna.
Thank you. Yay. Much appreciated.
You see what Chris said?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think we all have a bit of a, struggle with small world. That's more of a mental challenge than a physical one. But
see, I like Small World on a hot day.
Yeah.
Because at least you get out of the heat. Listen, halfway through it, you find yourself playing on your phone anyway. So it's like, I don't know why they just don't speed up the water and make it go a little quicker.
I want to ride this. I want to ride the Small World in Disneyland. Every time Garrett and Michelle stream Disneyland, that is must-watch TV for me. I don't miss a second of it, because Disneyland Small
they're
World.
going soon.
They're leaving. They'll get there Sunday, and so they'll be streaming next week from Disneyland.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Oh, let's
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go pack a while. Let's go.
Garrett will have the bag on his head.
Perfect.
So, well, Stace, you and the family have really got me and Belinda into Give Kids a World. Yeah. It is such a great organization. And you don't know how great it is until you actually volunteer there. And we went there Christmas morning and volunteered. And the families that we met were just amazing. Yeah. They were, you wouldn't think that they had a care in the world. And that's what this place tries to do. Yep. One story I wanted to tell, and Belinda knows this story, and this is because of Belinda. I give her all the credit. A gentleman and his child were there. They had just flown in from Colorado. Okay, it was Saturday morning, so they had just got there. They came over, and they were getting some breakfast, and Belinda's talking to them, and she's carrying the little, was it a girl?
Yeah, I think
little girl's tray. And the dad seemed kind of upset. And he proceeds to tell Belinda that the airline lost all their luggage.
Oof.
All of it. All they had were the clothes on their backs and their backpacks, whatever was in there. Mm-hmm. Belinda went to the head lady in charge of, what's the
volunteer
place
services
where they serve the breakfast? What's it called?
Gingerbread House?
What was it?
The Gingerbread House, or it's in town?
No.
Town. I think it's town.
Town.
Yeah. And so Belinda went over and told the head lady this. Now, where it went from there, Belinda didn't know.
Yeah.
So I was on beverages. If you ever go there, tell them you want to do beverages.
Yeah, that's
It's
a fun.
awesome.
That's a fun shift.
Oh yeah, yeah. Every dad that came over us, look, I ain't got the good stuff, but I got Pepsi and but I was on my way out. Belinda and Dakota were still helping clean up, and he came over to me and said, "Thank you so much." And I heard a little bit of what was going on, and then he proceeded to tell me that the head person contacted Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld, and they were sending them all brand new wardrobes.
Yep.
It's awesome.
And they were going to be there within an hour.
Yeah.
And this man was crying, because one, you got, your sick child with you, and then this happens.
Yep.
It was terrible. But I'm telling you, I guarantee that they totally forgot about their luggage after that, because it's just amazing the things that they do. And a lot of it is volunteers. I know when I come down in June, I'm going to be volunteering a couple times. But if, and I throw this out there as a challenge to a lot of people, because I was always the one, well, I'll just send money, and I still send money. But when you actually go there, and I give all the credit to Belinda, she made me go. When you see these children and the joy in their lives, and they know that they don't know how much joy they have left in the world.
Right.
It's just, there's nothing to describe it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. So my challenge is for everybody that goes down to Disney and, to Universal and everything, take 3 hours out of one day. That's all. They do shifts 3 hours. Take one day, 3 hours, and go volunteer.
Yeah. It's like
a blast.
Exactly, Stace.
It's almost like you're doing this for, like, they fill 1,800 volunteer shifts a week. And one of the reasons, like, a lot of people say, why do so many people in the community, in our YouTube community, support Give Kids the World Village? And what a lot of people don't know is to keep their operating costs low, their staff is a very, very small percentage, right? So that the majority of the dollar that gets donated can go right into the families and not operational costs. So it's all volunteers. The majority of people that you will encounter on your trip, your time at Give Kids the World, is volunteers, right? So, we try to really raise as much money as we can and try to also encourage people to volunteer, because even though you're thinking like, okay, I'm going to do this volunteer shift because I want to help, you have no idea that it's actually the reverse effect. It's going to help you more than the families. It changes your perspective in so many ways, whether you've had a life where you've been through trauma after trauma, or you've had a seamless, perfect life with, no major trauma, like where you can't relate to these families at any level. It doesn't matter. There's something that you experience at that village that's magically life-changing. And you won't think like, oh, I took this time out of my trip it'll be worth every second. And what it'll turn into is like, you guys, every time you go down or every other trip, you'll want to, that's like almost like your time. Let's figure that out. And then we'll plan out our Disney days or our Universal days. It's just, there's just something that happens. And especially if you have the opportunity to, engage with the families, because during the day, there's not a whole lot of families there. They're at the park. So it might be crickets, right? But in our case, the kids wanted to leave Magic Kingdom to go back to Give Kids the World. So there were still families there doing their things. Some families can't leave, and that's the thing, like they'll Give Kids the World Village. It's not just like, oh, they get to stay at this cool place. It's so much deeper than that. I could spend hours talking about it, but one of the things is they can do rush wishes. They can get kids that, don't have much time up. They can get them there in 24 hours.
Yes.
And they can bring everything to them, you know.
Right.
They can bring the characters. They can make that trip, that time, that bonding happen without leaving the walls of the village, you know. So, you know, if you get to be a part of that, or at any level, or like, you know, Belinda, when they did the you know, they coasting for kids every year, and then last year if kids went with them on that truck up across
Bus tour.
Yeah, the bus tour up the East Coast, right?
It's
Yep.
confirmed for the
But,
coming.
yeah, they did it at Kennywood Park.
Yes, and then Belinda, you know, Kennywood, and
They're doing it again this year,
Right.
September.
They're doing coasting.
Midwest Texas.
yeah.
is where
So
they're
even
going.
locally, you know, there are things that you can do, and you know, the cool thing about that is you're experiencing families at a different phase in their life, where families, and what part of the reason that Give Kids want to do that is because they want to be able to, you know, reconnect and give something to the alumni families that can't come down here, right, and do their, whether they can't travel, they can't afford it, or they just, that was their one-time Disney thing, and they're, you know, so it gives alumni families a way to connect with each other and Give Kids, and then the people that are volunteering or participating can engage with families that have done their wish trip, and then you can see, well, how you know, ask them how it changed their lives, you know, or just to see them out there enjoying life, and their wish trip was 2, 3, 7, 15 years ago, you know.
Yeah, I have it up. Chris wants to know, how far away is it?
Yes, so it
25
is.
minutes,
It's in
20?
Kissimmee. It's mileage wise, it's not far. It's just
It's traffic.
25 minutes.
because you basically have to take 192, which is the one that runs in front of H2O. If you remember when they did the Light of a Million Lights there last year. So yeah, I mean,
With traffic, 20 minutes ish.
it depends on when you go, right? But
Yeah, like we went early in the morning, like 6:30 in the morning, and I mean,
yeah, that's you can
there
get
was there was no traffic.
right.
But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, you know, when you do sign up to volunteer, there's a couple of things you have to do. You have to go on, sign up to volunteer, and then you have to watch an orientation video. And then you get the link to go on and pick shifts and things like that. And my biggest concern is that was for me, and this is, you know, was I can't be on my feet for 3 hours. You know, my knees just wouldn't take it, but I did it. I was on my legs the whole time. The energy that you get when you walk in there, and then you're seeing these kids, and I'm like, you know what? I'm such a wimp. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do this. And I did. I did. I was so proud of myself. I didn't, and the lady even told me, she goes, Doug, if you need a chair, go over there and sit down. I didn't use that chair once, but it was always my fear of, and I even called you, Stacy, and asked you about this.
Yep.
You know, what are the best things to do if, you know, you can't walk real well, or you can't, you know, they have so many open shifts that they will find something to do and accommodate you to help.
Absolutely.
I really want to run the carousel.
I did that.
Stacy did that.
Because the
I
kids
wanna
would
do
go like
that.
8 times.
And you get to be like, one more. Yeah. That's
Yep.
the last thing. It goes, oh, it's
Yep.
yeah.
Now Belinda got to go into the room with the stars. I did not. I couldn't.
Yeah.
It was way too emotional, and I just she did, and I don't know. Did you try and find Kellen's or not?
I didn't know where it was at. There's so many stars, honey, that
Yeah, but they look it up, right?
yeah, but I think the family has to be there.
Yeah,
There's a family.
I mean, everyone there
I
knows
did.
talents. They would let you, but I mean, it's you know.
So I mean, she saw it, and you know, it's just an unbelievable experience.
That
You know, to see that.
that castle is. There's no words for it.
You're right.
There are no
I've been in. I always tell people I've been in that castle well over 100
Did you hear
times.
did you hear the monorail doors close?
Is that what that was?
That's one of the alerts on my phone.
That's funny. Yeah, I've
Right.
been in that. We've been in there well over 100 times, and I can't go in there without crying, especially because it changes. You know, when Kellen, his wish trip was December 2014, and he's in the Star Tower. So there's like the main part, and then you go through and there's a big star tower. Now, when his star was up there, they were just kind of starting it, right? So there was all this negative space, right? They were just starting to make the galaxies. And he's in what's called the cupcake galaxy. And then as we go back, like now there's barely any white in the star tower that goes for miles and miles. So it's like every time I see that I walk in, I cry. And then I see the star tower and see how many more stars. Every child that stays there gets a star. So it's like all those kids, all those families have had their lives forever changed, you know, regardless of what their story is, what part of their journey is, you know.
And you know when you walk in there that a lot of those stars, they're gone.
Right.
You know, and it's so overpowering.
It is.
Even when you, and I'm going to tell you, even to get into this place, it's hard to get into. I mean, they got gates and they got, you know.
You can't just roll up.
Nope.
Yeah, you pull up and you got to do the gate and tell them exactly who you are,
that
what
too.
you're there for, and but one thing I noticed when we were there is a lot of to-go meals that we did for families and the children who either they were having a bad morning and they couldn't leave their villa. I was kind of shocked at that there were a lot of those that came in and we got their food ready, we got their drinks.
You also have to figure it was Christmas morning too.
It was Christmas morning, so they were probably doing Christmas at the villas and
but in general, there's a lot of. I mean, how tired are you when you get back from a Disney day, right? You're exhausted. They always say there's tired and there's Disney tired. Wish families, it's a whole different level, right? Especially the kids, it's going to wipe you out. So sometimes you just get back and you literally have no energy to walk over to the gingerbread house to get dinner. So a lot of families, us included, we did that too. We had stuff delivered because, and that was one of the reasons why some of the volunteer shifts that Tommy has done has involved the deliveries.
Pizza delivery guy.
On the golf cart.
So great.
Getting to deliver pizza to these kids. They're like, you know, they come to the door so excited.
Oh, yeah. I've got food.
So we did.
Could you see a family's face if me and Tommy roll up delivering pizzas?
There you go.
Oh my goodness. They'd be like, do we have to open the door? Just leave the pizza on the ground and back away.
It's they cover everything. They literally, I've shared the story about, Kaylin lost our first tooth, our first morning there. Tooth fairy came. Every day these families come home from the parks, their kitchen tables covered with piles of gifts, all donated from Disney and
is that true, Tommy?
Tommy can eat a whole pizza.
I can.
Gitchy said you ate 2 slices from each pizza.
Great.
He has to test it out first.
Yeah, I need to make sure it's Wish family friendly.
Wish family friendly. I like it.
I owned a pizza shop at one time.
Oh man, it's my dream.
You wouldn't believe the people that would call in and accuse our delivery drivers of doing that.
I got it.
The one guy, I got the order, I made the order, I delivered the order. So I got back and he calls and he said, I want to talk to the owner. I said, well, it's me. He says, your delivery, he didn't know I was the delivery driver. He said, your delivery driver ate like 2 pieces of pizza out of the I said, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. No, he didn't. It was me. And I said, don't ever call here again. It's unbelievable how people are. I would actually believe Tommy would eat 2 pizzas out of there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hi, Ron. Welcome in. My buddy, Ron Caruso. Oh, my goodness. We had lunch with Ron, Jennifer, their son, and Amy on Sunday. Oh, my goodness. Ron is hysterical. He is absolutely hysterical. I'm waiting for him to.
Is that us?
No, I think it's Doug.
Okay.
We're still here, right? Wait, no, it's all frozen. Hold on.
It's probably us.
You think so? No, we're still live. Doug's frozen. Don't go anywhere, guys. Doug is in deep thought. Look.
He's that way.
He's that way. Doug, wake up. Doug's thinking of pizza.
Our show.
Coming back. There we
Oh,
go.
there you are.
Nothing.
Yeah. You know what? We're getting real bad storms.
Are you?
And, I got that new T-Mobile internet. It's just, and sometimes when there's real bad storms, it goes out for like a second. But I don't know. What the heck was I talking about?
We were talking about the pizza.
Oh, okay.
Ron, you're talking about Ron.
You're talking about Ron.
How much-
Oh, yeah.
One.
Ron's channel.
Ron's
It's
channel.
the way it is with Ron Caruso. But Kevin's back. Doug at least went with a smile. Me and I did. Doug is frozen. So does anybody here have questions for Tommy or Stacy about Give Kids World Village, about the Over the Edge? Because we still haven't gotten to the star yet.
Oh, Kellen, yeah.
Yeah, you're not the star, Tommy.
I'm trying to get out. Yep. See ya.
Now, Tommy, if you had the mustache, you'd be the star.
You want me to go shave quick and come right back?
Please don't.
Listen,
Nice.
every time I bring it up,
if we get to 3,000, which is this will
No.
now
Sam,
God,
if we get to 3,000 before the stream is over, which is insane,
Oh, that's a
I
good
will
question.
come back with just the mustache.
Look at his show them
Okay.
your hair. Look at his hair.
Nope, growing it out.
oh,
I'm telling you,
look,
just
look.
Look,
one
look,
of these
look.
concerts. Give it
Wow, wow!
What?
Look
Growing
at
it
the
out.
hair.
Yeah.
Listen, I couldn't even do that if I tried. Let it go, buddy. That's awesome. If I had hair, it'd be like down to my shoulders.
I used to. Get
So
you got
Gitchy wants to know.
Yeah.
Get you. You're only limited to one question per stream. Okay. Every question after is going to cost you a donation to the Over the Edge fundraiser.
How did you pick their names,
So
Kaylin and Kellen?
Kaylin, I thought I'd never heard of her name before. And Tommy and I have experienced a lot of loss in our life with people, family, good friends. By the time we're in our early 20s, we've been through it. So I had taken letters from each of their names and came up with Kaylin. And I thought, this is cool. I love the sound of that name. I've never heard of it before. So each one of the letters in her name represents somebody that we lost. Like I had a good friend at work, pass in her sleep. I had a really good friend I grew up with. Her and her daughter were killed in a car accident. They're just, so that's what I thought, right? I'm like, this is perfect. And then there's like Kaylin's everywhere, which is fine, but that's her name. And then Kellen, when we knew we were having a boy, I told Tommy, I'm like, you could pick. And I'm like, oh, geez, don't make it something like crazy, right?
Tommy.
So we had come across the name Kellen, and we were laughing because I'm like, could you imagine Kaylin and Kellen? Why would we do that to ourselves? Everyone's going to think that, one, they're twins, or two, we're weird. So, we didn't want to be those people that all our kids' names sound the same. So then in my third trimester, we found out about Kellen's heart and what, everything totally uprooted and everything changed. So when Tommy went back to the names and Kellen meant strong-willed, mighty warrior, we're like, well, that's the one,
Perfect.
right? That's perfect. So not that we base everything on name, the meaning of names, but it was just, we kept coming back to that one, and there was a couple other ones, but when we saw that, it was like, yep,
Perfect.
that's it. That's the one. So that became, and I'm like, well, the Kaylin account, whatever. And it was funny because it was so fitting for them, because even though they're, 22 months apart, if you saw them when they were younger, everyone thought they were twins. They were always like the same height. They look exactly alike.
Yes, I
Now they're
saw
kind of grown into
pictures
their
when they were little.
themselves, their appearance, and as they get older and stuff. But they were literally like twins separated by 2 years, right? So we always thought that maybe that's what they were supposed to be, but Kellen just came a little bit later because he's got something else, that makes him unique, with his heart. So he wasn't meant to be here at the same time she was. So he came a year later. But it's funny because you just think, were those people like the Duggars that just name all their kids the same thing, tweak a letter here and there, but that's not it.
Everybody thinks me and Steve are twins.
Yeah.
And we're actually 4 years apart.
Are you really?
Yeah, Steve's 4 years older than me. So, I mean, it does happen where siblings look a lot. Now, our sister,
yeah,
you wouldn't even know she's our sister.
Yeah,
red hair, it's just
our kids don't look anything like Tom. They have his personality and his loudness.
They don't look
stuff,
like me,
but they don't look like you. Think the dark features are usually the ones that are more dominant.
The thing I noticed the most is Kellen has your eyes.
My eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, it's like if you just went like this,
yeah,
you couldn't tell you two apart.
You should see a picture of Stacy's dad at a very, very young age, like Kellen's age and younger.
Yeah.
Scary identical.
Yeah.
Really?
I look just like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he looks exactly like my dad's baby pictures, kid pictures.
That's a good question. It actually is a good story tied to it. Okay, I'll try and make this story brief. 10 hours later. Get the SpongeBob up there. 10 hours later.
It's gonna be more Steamboat Stevie pictures,
okay.
Except it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
All right. Back to our wish trip. When you get to Disney, one of the first places you end up going is probably Disney Springs because you arrive late, you don't need tickets, you can go in, you can check it out. So when we come down on the wish trip, the first place we go is downtown Disney at the time. And the first location we walk into is the Emporium, which was right below the store, right below Disney Quest. Some of you guys might know the story. Doug, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where Disney Quest was, and they had the store below
By Cirque du Soleil.
By Cirque, yeah. So that's where we came in, and we're in there. We're like shopping around, and a cast member comes up to us and says, "Do you guys, talking to us? We tell them we're on the wish trip, and they're like, do you have, did you guys get first visit buttons?" And we didn't even know what that was. That's how like Disney novice we were. So we're like, no, we don't. So he's like, okay, I'm going to get you guys first visit buttons. So he's writing them out, and we have a picture of the cast member putting the button on Kellen, right? It's like such a moment, right? It's like our first Disney moment. So then move forward, when we move down here and I become a Disney cast member. And when you're a Disney cast member, you can't pick where you work. You can't say, I want to work at Galaxy's Edge or I want to work at the Emporium in this section. So I end up at Disney Springs, downtown Disney Springs for the first 5 years. And one of the stores that I worked in was the Emporium at Disney Quest. So that is such a surreal moment that now I'm working in a location where we first visited when we came to Disney on our wish trip, right? Very cool because I could have been put anywhere. But the story gets even crazier. So as I'm working at Disney Springs, I work with a lot of cast members, and this one kid, David, is like a full-time cast member, and we end up becoming friends because we're working together a lot. And I don't forget faces. So after a little bit, I was like, he looks familiar. So I came home and I asked Stacy to bring up the picture of the cast member that pinned the first visit button on Kellen. It was him. So come full circle. So now I'm friends with and work with in that location that cast member that gave us our first Disney magical moment.
Our first cast member interaction.
It was our first cast member interaction. Like you can't make up that magical story. Like you can't make that up.
I remember you telling that story the one night.
Mm-hmm.
I think, wasn't it the night you were doing the Christmas tree trail?
Could be.
And you were telling the story about that. But Curtis family had something to say.
Palmer asked what y'all talking about. I wanted to give. Wait. Oh, hey, buddy. Kellen, come say hi to Palmer quick. He's watching along.
Can't wait to see you in a couple
I know,
months.
buddy. Say hi to Palmer.
Hi, Palmer. Miss you.
See him soon. So that is a really cool story. And also back to Garrett's question, my goal being a cast member is if I can give back 10% of the Disney magic that was given to us on our wish trip and the way we were treated. And Universal was unbelievable as well. I mean, taking nothing away from there. Even better in some instances than Disney. If I could give back 10% to families and create magic like that, that was why I wanted to be a cast member.
Right. And speaking of cast members, did you guys see what happened to Jeff on Saturday?
Yes.
I did.
Or Sunday? Was it Saturday or Sunday?
It was Sunday morning.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I understand everybody has bad days. And you don't know what happened to this girl. She could have had somebody screaming in her face 5 minutes prior. Okay. That being said and done, no way should she have said to them, why don't you leave the park? You know,
she has no authority.
She had
no
right
authority.
Her slamming the cabinet door was completely inappropriate. The way that she talked to both of them, I mean, you know, I know we all, you know, want to move past them. Sure, obviously Jeff and Ange do the most, but
what I would have did, I would have just taken it off the gimbal, walked 30 feet further in the queue, and just put it right back on.
But it came back to the fact that that they wanted to, you know, this girl threatened to call security, right? And did. I mean, within the same breath, she called security. And I would have done the same thing and said, let them come so I can explain it, right?
Right.
Because they were not in the wrong. I mean, she didn't give them a chance to explain it or say, as soon as they said it's not a selfie stick, it's a gimbal, it's a stabilizer, you know, everybody has them. You know, regardless if she's having a bad day, because, you know, from the cast member side, Tommy especially could tell you stories.
Well, that's why I brought up, because I know Tommy's a cast member, and I'm sure things like that really upset you, because that's not what you're taught.
No, I could talk about it. Like, to your point, Doug, like what you were saying is taking it off and keep walking. Would that have resolved that situation instantly? Yes. But I'm glad Jeff didn't do that. And I'm glad they handled it the way they did, because they were beyond professional. They have every right to speak with security. You could go there if you have any question, even if you have a question about something, you have all the right to talk to security there.
It was Sunday, Dave.
Yeah, Sunday. And it was not handled right by the cast member. And again, right, bad day and all that. But again, you know, the minute you step on stage at Disney, like almost any job, you know, there's professionalism, there's courtesy. Disney has the 6 keys for a reason, the 5 keys for a reason, you know, courtesy show. Like there's things like, you know, like the Mandalorian, this is the way, you know what I mean? That's when you step on stage as a cast member, you abide by all that, because that is your job and your responsibility.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
I even go as far as that I've seen cast members just totally getting ripped into.
Oh yeah.
And I know last June I actually stepped in on one of them because it was so ridiculous. And I think in December I did too. We were in line for a queue, and this woman was just up one side and down the other, this cast member. And I stepped in and I says, listen. And I had a few choice words, and she walked away mad. And I turned to the cast member. I said, I know you can't talk to them like that, but I can.
It's crazy. I mean, we see and it happens more now than it ever did.
Yep.
You know, there's a different mentality of people that come down here, and you know, we've all been through stuff in the past couple of years, and it seems like they're just kind of taking it out on people. I mean, I could tell a whole episode on just the stories from the cast member side of what they're going through. So I get that. Still no excuse. You know, you have to maintain your composure. It's part of being a cast member on your resume, right? This isn't Walmart. Secondly, how out of control that cast member was. There were families, there were other children that witnessed that.
Oh yeah.
That was my big problem, right? At least Jeff and Ange are adults, right? So they understand that it's wrong. These kids that are coming in there looking up like, you know, they're all excited, they're going on Pirates, and all of a sudden a cast member is freaking out, slamming stuff and making people jump. Totally inappropriate. I know the leader came down and just diffused the situation, and she talked to Jeff and Ange, but that
my
cast
gosh.
member really should have been reprimanded. And I don't.
Well, she should have been taken right off the
The
floor.
worst Karen came in and chewed her out 5 minutes prior.
Yep.
You don't do that. You want cast member on your
Mommy,
resume.
do you think that's what happened? Do you think
What?
they took her off the floor immediately?
No, I
or-
don't think
No,
she even. I think
I
she,
don't. I don't because
the
again,
leader-
we didn't see it, and
Right.
that the person that came over, I don't even know if she was a leader. I think she might have been a coordinator. So in case you don't know, you have the basic,
Yeah,
not basic, but you have what I am, the cast member. Then you have a coordinator, and the coordinators roll up to leaders. So there's like 3 levels that are actually out and about in the parks, and then obviously it goes higher. So without knowing, I want to think that she might have just been the coordinator, and then the coordinator is supposed to kind of report that in like each, not to go on a tangent, but like at the end of every day, the coordinators basically write up a daily report. So she should include that, but she should have pulled the cast member off stage, had a conversation, adult to adult, use it as a teaching lesson, right? And then it gets added to that coordinator's report for the end of the day. And then leadership from there can handle the situation as they want. I'm not a coordinator. I would never even speak to how a coordinator would handle it, and especially a leader, because that's not my role. But that would be the chain of command from a Disney perspective.
but
2
regardless,
things I want to highlight. One thing is Amy said it ruined their day, and I remember Jeff.
It
They
did.
walked over to Big Thunder Mountain, and I remember Jeff saying, "I just want to leave now.
I don't want to do this today." Yep.
And then Jeanette brought up something right that, what if it wasn't Jeff and Angela? What if that was somebody who was there for the first and last time of their lives?
Mm-hmm.
And they're standing there and they're like, well, we don't even want to be here now. We want to leave.
Yep. I saw, if you go through your chat, and Dave posted a comment about what happened.
Yeah, I saw that.
In the kingdom.
Yeah.
That's the thing people need to realize, that like, and it goes back to what Stacy's saying, like the entitled guests or things like that, where, and I always have this mindset as a cast member, is the interactions that I have with guests, you don't know what they did to get there, right? Like, you don't know.
you'd be laying on the ground like your mother.
Right, exactly. Like you'd be laying on the ground like your mother. You don't know the road they took to get to Disney. Maybe the family stayed for 5 years. Like, there's so many different variables.
It
But
shouldn't matter.
exactly. No, that's what I'm saying is, like, I agree. Like, I treat everyone with the same amount of respect, because you don't know. Like you said, it could be their first time, the last time. You don't want to have any kind of.
What if it was a Wish family?
Right.
We had some instances where on our Wish trip.
Yeah, but ours was with a guest.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not cast. Yeah,
But I mean, I just wanted to bring that up because I know you're a cast member, and people like to hear, from cast members, just that.
Yeah.
Me and Garrett have talked, and Garrett, we agree that cast members in California are a little more rude than Disney in Florida. And he's even said that. He says, Doug, we've been dealing with cast members like that for 15 years.
Wow.
He says that's just the way it is in California.
Yeah.
And I can see it getting more and more in Florida. And I'm hoping Iger kind of gets control back, but
there's a lot that needs to happen.
There's a lot of, we know that things have changed since they reopened from the pandemic. A lot of the training has been cut with cast members.
You nailed it.
Massively short-staffed.
Mm-hmm.
These cast members are being worked. They're going home after a long shift and having to come back 4 hours later. So we see both sides of it, right? We truly do. And, there is a point where the cast members are going to hit a breaking point, or they've dealt with enough Kens and Karens, or whatever the situation may be, or ones that might be still living in their car and they're struggling at home. There's a lot of factors that play into our professional life and break down our walls. But
absolutely.
But specifically with cast members, and you having to, if you need to, if you're feeling that type of way, you need to get off stage, get your thoughts together, go home, talk to your coordinator, your leader. Believe me, I will stick up for them to the end of time, because we see on the other side what they're going through. It's horrible. Guests are absolutely horrendous. Even to the college kid program or college program kids, it's unbelievable what adults are capable of talking to children, but in that instance, that girl was wrong. And I hope that the coordinator that came over took her off stage. And not that you don't want to see someone get in trouble, right? Because there's two sides to every story, but it was uncalled for. It affected Jeff and Angie's day. It affected the people online, and that stuff should not happen. And we've noticed, like we were talking about it on Sunday, that like there's been multiple incidents where they've said something to us about the gimbal, you know, and as soon as we, you know, sometimes it's snide, and then we explain what it is, and they're like, okay, as long as it doesn't extend, right? And then it's like, shut it down. But I think because you do have people walking through the park with gimbals that are not so friendly, they're very rude to cast members.
I have seen that.
They're rude. They're not courteous to the guests. You know, us, we always try, and most people, especially in our circle, try not to put little kids on or trying to, you know what I mean? We try to be very courteous, not loud and obnoxious. Like, you don't want someone to turn around going like, oh, you know, like we don't want to interfere. You know, we're trying to bring more magic to people, not ruin people's magic at the park. So some people aren't like that.
I did scare Conor McGregor away.
Yes, you did.
When I ran after him.
And I agree with you on that, because I have seen some of the streamers, and I mean the way that they talk to cast members and they talk to other guests. Tommy, the night that you had that lady on was the Rise of the Resistance.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, I thought you were very polite.
I pulled that string down.
You know, I would have turned to her and said, look, mind your own business. I'm not showing you.
The cast member's face just looked at me and was like, what?
They're lucky I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is what it is. People are
back to when we were at I try my golf. Hey,
and you, in your defense, you had it that day. It wasn't, that woman was just, she had.
I remember that. Yeah, he showed the selfie stick
on the Epcot stream that we were talking earlier about how I rode Soarin'. If you watch that one, a cast member basically told me that because he thought it was a selfie stick or something, that the key is it's not a selfie stick. Disney doesn't want something that extends, right? And there are gimbals out there. We had one at one time where it extended. So once I explained to that cast member, you know, and it's the exact same way Jeff and Ange handle it, right? Professional, just, hey, this is what it is. Once I explained it to him, he's like, okay, cool. Boom. Right on Soarin', no problem.
But they're supposed to be catching those at security. They're not supposed to be allowed in.
Yes.
Like, to Jeanette's point, later in the stream on Sunday.
2 seconds later.
In front of the castle when the guy had the
No, it was when they were walking over to Big Thunder. And as they got to Big Thunder, it was literally 2 minutes later, a guy in a stroller is walking by with a selfie stick taller than Kaylin.
I mean, you could, you know, you can't really do much damage with a gimbal, but with a selfie stick, I mean, you could hurt somebody with that. You know, plus, I mean, it's a hazard to the ride.
Right, the phone falls off of it. I mean, I get it. They don't want things that extend, which is fine. So again, I remember at Soarin'.
But even the comment of the coordinator that was talking to Jeff and Aaron said, "Oh, I don't even know what that thing is," in reference to the gimbal. Like, again, that's a lack of training. You have people, you know, Disney. You know, there's always the comments like Disney's eventually going to shut down these live streamers. No, they're not, because they're you know, deemed influencers and things like that. We don't consider ourselves, you know,
free advertising.
That are linked with travel companies. They're linked with their media for Disney. They ain't going anywhere, right? So cast members, especially a leader and coordinator, should be trained on the devices that people are using in the parks, right? So that's
free advertising
training. Yeah, exactly.
And Jeff called it out too. Jeff's like, security checked my bag. They do.
Right, exactly.
And security, I when they check my bag, because every time I go, you have 2 gimbals, you have power banks, you have a lot of electronics with you, right? And when I go through the metal detector, I immediately go right to the table because I know it's going to go off. And I'm not complaining. We love that security does that. It keeps us safe.
Yeah.
And so they're looking at it and they take things out. They're looking at it. They're not just peeking like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? And I've had security ask me, what is this? How does this work? So their security knows what to look for. They know that's not a selfie stick. So to Stacy's point, it should be relayed down to cast as well, plain and simple. So
yep, I agree. Yep, I totally agree. But for all the new people who are coming in, I know there's some other people coming in. We're talking with Living the Magic. If you could do me a favor, hit the thumbs up and share the stream out. Check out Living the Magic. Great channel, great family. We're talking about Give Kids the World Village. We're talking about Stacy's Over the Edge fundraiser that is running up.
I want to bring up the picture.
The dog just farted sitting right next to me. Really?
She wanted to make sure you knew she was
Oh,
there.
yeah, I felt it.
Oh yeah, look at this. Here it is. Look at this.
Oh, is that the picture? Here, let me get you bigger in there.
To put it in
my.
perspective, I have
Well,
another.
at least the pool's there.
Here's where I am. Like literally, like you can't even see us. We're watching. Like you can't. Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be holding on?
Not for the photo.
So if you kicked real hard off
You
the
go.
building, do
Ooh.
you think you could land in the pool?
No.
No. To put in perspective,
Huge.
Tower of Terror, Dougie, 199 feet. Take two
Okay.
Tower of Terrors, put Tower of Terror on top of it, and add more. Am I scaring you now by thinking that?
I'm telling you, Gitchy, burp fart. She's old, is what it is, and she has no control of her
Listen,
bodily functions.
She just takes after her.
And I'm not
father.
talking about Belinda.
Belinda?
Yeah,
I remember the first time we went, the very first one in 2020, we were driving.
Why don't you come over here?
As you're, so
I
they
just spoke to you.
the resort, or the not the resort, the hotel that the rappel is at is right next to the Orange County Convention Center. So as you go back to it, all you're passing is hotels. And I remember the very first time, it's 2020, and I'm like, they always put me on like the first slot. So it's like 7:30 in the morning. And that time I wasn't like an all-nighter like I am now. I had just woken up. I was half out of it. And I'm looking at these hotels and they keep getting taller. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then all of a sudden we pull up, and we had been there before, but you forget. And we pull up and I see like the two orange ropes hanging down. And I'm just like,
Oh boy.
what am I? Ooh, you know.
So how many times have you done this?
This will be the third time. I
This
was
will be
supposed
the
to do it
third
last
time.
year, but I ended up not doing it. I bailed. Not out of we just had stuff going on. So
Okay.
I wasn't able to do it. But yeah. So third time. 2020, 2021, and then this year.
Back for 2023.
Yeah.
Jeanette, I'm the same way. You should be holding that rope.
Yeah. Oh, I remember seeing people's pictures from like the previous years, and I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. And then
Save
when
our
I
gimbals.
looked down and said, put your arms out, I was like, okay, you know.
Nope.
I tell you, Stace, there's no way I could do it. You know.
You'd be surprised.
Oh no, I
Listen,
would.
Bragging rights you get having that picture right there.
That
alone,
is, listen, that is
I mean,
big
I
baller
went to
status.
Toronto.
Like,
I went to Toronto when I was probably 19, 20, and we went up in the Space Needle,
mhm.
and they have a glass floor. I wouldn't go within 15 feet of that thing.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm terrified of heights. I stayed on the innermost wall of that thing. Now, mind you, it is, I think, over 1,000 feet,
Yeah.
you know, high. But even I go into the buildings in Pittsburgh and go up, you won't get me near a window.
That's how he is on the second level of the mall, like the mall from the Philly suburbs, biggest mall on the East Coast, King of Prussia Mall. You know the King of Prussia Mall,
Mhm.
probably. You know, that mall is huge. And it's, I mean, 2 floors, but Tommy can't even like look over the railing down, you know, I'm cutting myself off there.
maybe now I can.
Maybe now you can, but
All right, love you too.
but it's cool that Tommy and the kids can stream it this year. So
Mhm.
that I haven't set up the stream yet because I'm just waiting for all the final. As of right now, it's next Saturday at 2 is my time slot. Now sometimes that changes, like if you have people that are taking longer, a lot of first timers, I might get bumped back to like 3.
Yeah,
But-
Dave, blame it on the dog.
Nana wants to know where the shining star is.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm getting yelled at from my mother of where the star is at now. Is
What
he in
star?
bed already?
Kellen?
Oh,
Oh yeah, I'll stop talking.
I thought you were
Does
talking about the
anybody-
Castle of Miracles.
Any last questions? I am an
So
open.
how long?
No,
how-
you don't have to stop talking.
Last question for me as far as this goes. How long will the fundraiser stay active?
Well, yeah. When do you have to have it done by?
So I have to raise it by the 14th. So the day
So-
before. So Friday. Next
So
Friday.
next Friday.
Week and a half.
And
yeah.
Palmer, thank you for your donation,
And then
Palmer.
after that, it'll be our regular one. That the link. I'll change the links back to the ongoing one that we have. That. But this is like our big one for the year. Last year we took everyone on our alumni visit, so we could give everyone like a fully immersive tour of Give Kids and talk more about our story and let the kids kind of take us around.
You're up to 1528 now.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep.
Thank you guys for donating. We're sharing it out.
Wow.
And that's fine. You guys even just being here on the stream tonight is awesome.
The whole campaign, they're looking to raise 115,000. They're at 99,813.
Yeah, the top fundraiser has somewhere around like 6,700 or something.
Goodness.
So I'm just hoping to get
There you
3.
go, look.
Look at this kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's at the Philadelphia Art Museum.
Yep.
Okay. So, and if anyone knows the Philadelphia Art Museum, this famous statue that's down at the bottom, the Rocky statue. We have pictures of that too. But
Yep.
it's hard to see in that one because they were professional photos. So when she did the editing, you can't see his scar, his chest scar. But
Okay.
that was a big superhero picture. I'm gonna let Kellen have the stage.
There he is. What's going on, buddy?
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Now that
fantastic.
it's his face.
Yeah, now he looks normal.
Oh.
Turn around, honey. You need a haircut.
Kellen, the first thing I want to ask you, and this has been bugging me for a couple weeks now. You were asked on a stream, who is your favorite Muppet?
Oh,
It's who?
Gonzo, 100% Gonzo.
Okay. Then
what?
you have everything Kermit.
They don't make concept.
They don't make Gonzo stuff, so I only have Kermit stuff.
Oh, so you defer.
Hold on, I got it.
Kermit.
Makes sense.
All right.
now.
So if I find something Gonzo, then that's the number one, right?
Yes.
All right. Good.
You have one thing.
This is my number one.
Donald.
Yes.
Donald's cool. I like Donald, but he's funny.
He is. And if you ever see Donald, make sure you tell him he's number one. Oh, look at that.
Glenn
Yeah,
Marchand.
I think Gonzo was my favorite when I was a kid too. I had I think I did have a Gonzo stuffed animal when I was a kid. But that was when, the Muppets were huge. I mean, that's all us kids had to watch back in the late 70s, early 80s. So Kellen,
Say hi to Nana.
say hi to Nana for me.
Hi, Nana.
Goody.
What did he say?
What do you say?
He said,
What- what-
it's Goody.
It's Goody.
They call him Mama Goody.
Mama Goody. Yeah.
Mama Goody.
All right. Oh, did you see what Gitchy said? She said animal is better.
Oh, you like Animal though. You have some cool animals.
Animal's cool.
So look, if you want to do this,
Animals,
thank Kay for donating.
Thank you, Key Willoughby. Thank you, Palmer.
I love how he says Willoughby, always says it.
Willoughby.
Willoughby. Kay, thank you so much for your donation.
Thank you.
So, Kellen, one thing I wanted to ask you is, can you remember any of your early surgeries or no?
Nope, not at all.
You
can't
were too-
I can't remember a single thing from the Wish trip. I can't even.
Yeah, some things you can.
No, nothing at all.
you were too young?
Too young.
Yeah. I mean, that happens. I think, I can remember bits and pieces from when I was like 4 or 5, but everything before that's a blur. But, how are you doing health-wise? Doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah. You still eating like a horse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got to eat more of them desserts that I get you.
You got to show him the picture from last night.
So
yeah.
the other day my mom made burgers and I had some leftover burger meat and I made this one.
You've been doing it for the last
Okay,
couple months.
let's tell them too. It was like 4:00 in the morning, but this is. Go ahead. Hit put up there. This is like a bite like the plate looks bigger, but it's a tiny little tea plate. It's one bite, but he saved it, and then he made it look like this, like he was Gordon Ramsay.
He Gordon Ramsay did for real.
That's a piece of cheeseburger.
It was really good. And I even added some Worcestershire sauce on the side. And
That's exactly how I say it.
Worcestershire
Yep.
sauce. I just added some
It's actually, let me try and get this right. Worcestershire sauce.
It's one of those words that's
I always say Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, he says it like 50 million times.
So
it's hard to pronounce.
So what do you like cooking?
Yes, very much, very much.
Do you think that's maybe what you might want to get into?
100%.
You're going to be a chef at Disney?
Maybe not Disney.
Or Give Kids the World?
Probably Give Kids.
Okay. You know, one thing I noticed when we were there volunteering is there were a lot of people there that volunteer like 2-3 days a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They volunteer there all the time. And it was really cool to see that. You know, because some of them lived in St. Cloud, some of them lived in Kissimmee, and she just appeared.
I know. I was just going to say, there are some families, some couples, retired couples that volunteer 40 hours a week.
And there was a lot of high school kids there.
Yeah, they do a lot of alternative spring break too, and a lot of the local schools will do, like the high schools. What else do we see? Some of the
there was a couple there that they pretty much volunteer every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
That's what he should be eating, Gitchy. Hay and oats.
Mom fades in the background.
So what did you have at Gasparolla's last night?
I think so. I had the mac and cheese, and let me tell you, that mac and cheese is probably the best mac and cheese you'll ever have. Is it? Normally mac and cheese is like really like cheesy or salty. That one is like the perfect amount of cheese. It is the best mac and cheese I've ever had.
Okay.
But one time I got it, and it was, what do you say?
Gasparolla's has the best mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Even better than Homecoming.
Yes.
Well, what did Nick tell you? Remember what Nick told you?
No.
So Nick told Kellen that because Nick trained at Gasparolla's.
Yes. Under Cat.
Yep. And Nick said that mac and cheese recipe is unique to Gasparolla's.
Because of the chef.
Because of the chef. Yeah.
But there's this. That's a hard one.
I know mine.
There's so many.
Technically, the McDonald's is on.
Oh, stop it!
I will reach through this computer and smack you if you say McDonald's.
I don't know.
That's your favorite place to eat.
Favorite restaurant on Disney property.
Ooh.
I think Homecoming because the chicken.
Homecoming?
Homecoming, that chicken is so good. All I need is Rilla's mac and cheese and Homecoming chicken. That's all I need.
Okay. I've eaten at a lot of restaurants. My favorite is Liberty Tree Tavern.
That one's good.
And my second is Whispering Canyon. It's very underrated.
We've only had breakfast there.
Okay. Well, when I'm there in June, we're going to go eat there. Because I would love to see Kellen in that environment with the waitresses and waiters. I want to see him put in food jail.
Do you remember eating there before? Probably not. Were you there with Marie and Andy? No.
I did Jennifer's Son's restaurant. That food was good.
Oh yeah, well, that's not on property.
I know.
We went to Jennifer Caruso's son's restaurant on Sunday, and man, the food was amazing.
Had poutine. Oh my god.
Yeah, they had
Best
poutine.
I've ever eaten in my life.
I'm not a poutine fan. I've had the poutine over in Canada. It's okay. This poutine was just unbelievable.
It was the best.
They took the cheese curds, and I've never seen this done. They took the cheese curds and they deep fried them. And then they put it on top of the French fries and gravy, and oh, it's so good. So, is there any other questions for Kellen?
I know Garrett had said when he comes to Disneyland, what is his first ride he's going to ride?
Garrett said that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Garrett wanted to know when you go to Disneyland, okay, what's the first thing you're going to eat?
Yes.
Your first ride, the first thing you want to eat, and which character you want to hug.
Okay, first thing to eat is probably the corn dogs. I've heard that they are insanely good. And I do want to try the secret pickle one. I do want to try that one. It's literally like a deep fried breaded pickle. The first character would probably have to be Mirabelle because we don't really have that at Disney World. And that's like a Disneyland only thing, or maybe Bruno. And the first ride, that's a really hard one. Either Matterhorn or the Buzz one.
Yep, I do.
Well, if you're gonna ride the Matterhorn, you better have like protective gear on.
I am pretty skinny, so.
I hear it's pretty bumpy.
With Jeff grunting, I think it probably hurts. So.
Yeah, I hear the churros are a lot better in
The
Disney.
churros, yes, people say that they're insanely good. And during Christmas time, they have a peppermint one. All we have is
Yeah.
a churro with green cinnamon dust.
Where did we get churros the last time when we were there? Where did we get churros at?
Over by the
Dumbo?
circus.
Yeah. To me, I think the churros in Magic Kingdom are overcooked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they.
You know, because they get kind of hard.
Yeah.
So,
Like when me and my dad went to that party one time, Dad, you remember it. We were streaming it, and they had the free churros and pretzels, and it got a few churros. They're better than like just the casual ones, but they still taste like 3 hours old. So they weren't really the best. But the chocolate syrup was really, really good.
okay, now this is your favorite snack. So this doesn't have to necessarily be Disney. Like if you're sitting at home and you want a snack, what's your go-to snack?
Either something chocolate. Okay, wait.
I'm sure they're sitting right there. Yeah. Ramen.
Some ramen.
Now, are you allowed to cook that on your own?
No.
No.
Just boil water and like.
Yeah, you're not allowed near the stove yet?
Yeah, we have a gas stove, so
You can cook at Donna's because she has an electric stove.
I could try to do the cup of noodles where you just put the water and then you put it in the microwave, but
Those are my favorite.
Okay. One of my question now. Whose chicken parm was better? Donna's or Tony's?
I really don't want to sound mean.
I can't believe they didn't pick you as a judge. I really value your palate.
His palate is extensive.
You give great food reviews, and you need to start doing more of them.
Yeah.
Is Donna in the chat?
No, Donna, it's not like that. Whose chicken parm was better? Be honest.
Sorry, but it was Tony's. It was
Tony's better?
because
Do you think his Donna's was too thick?
the breading kind of like it kind of like tastes like Parmesan cheese a little bit, and I'm not a big fan of Parmesan cheese, so.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Was Tony's crispier than Donna's?
I feel like Donna's was crispier.
Donna's was
Okay.
crispier. Okay.
So you would have picked Tony's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both really good.
I'll make sure I tell Donna
No,
next
you
time.
will not.
Next
No,
time
don't.
Oh, not. Keep him in front of you.
oh, listen. This kid does no wrong in
I
Donna's
know.
eyes.
I know that.
Parmesan cheese, I just not a big fan of. Same with cheddar cheese. I
All right.
hate.
Chris had a question. If you could be in any Disney movie, which one would it be?
Does Pixar count?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Either Toy Story or Remy. Toy Story or Remy.
Toy Story or Remy?
But if I had to really pick, probably Toy Story. Because Toy Story.
Have you been to the new rodeo? Really?
She didn't.
The barbecue.
Rodeo restaurant?
No, not yet. I've heard the biscuits are really good.
Yes, I did hear that. And I heard the salmon is amazing.
Yeah, it's like a special menu though. You have to ask for it.
Also, the cat's in there.
Yeah, Gitchy. Gitchy, that's one thing I like about Kellen is truthful.
Yes, he is.
You know, he'll tell you how it is.
But he doesn't want to hurt your feelings.
Snacks for life, Kellen. That's what Garrett said. I agree with Kellen. The best is when I buy him something in the parks, and I'll get him food and that, and he'll sit there and he'll do an honest review on it. And Kellen, I'm going to tell you, that helps us out, everybody who's watching, because we don't want to go and waste our money and spend it on something that doesn't taste good.
Tell them about the review you did last night.
I'll pay for it.
That we
you give the review.
At the Grand Floridian, Nick bought something for all of us to try, and you gave the review.
Pizza.
No, before the pizza. At the Easter Cottage.
Oh, the dirt cake.
The dirt cup, yeah.
The dirt cup was really good. So
yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
So if you like really, really like moist cake, then you'll probably like that. But there wasn't a lot of pudding because mostly in like dirt cakes, it's like pudding and then like crushed Oreos. I feel like I know it says dirt cake, but I feel like it should have added more of the dirt into it, like more pudding and more Oreo.
Okay.
I do like the icing though. Honestly could have changed it a little bit if I made it, but then I was actually shocked because normally I don't like fondant, but the fondant that was on top was actually really good. So I probably all total like a 10 out of 10 or maybe like a 9.5 out of 10.
Because we're gonna split it.
Yeah, me, Nick, and my dad split it, and it's pretty small.
Okay, Garrett wants to know the most annoying thing about me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh jeez.
About that?
Yes.
Kellen, you don't have to answer that, sweetheart.
He can be honest. I'm a big boy. I can take it. I pick on him all the time. Unless he says when I buy him food.
You enjoy that.
Then I'm gonna start doing it more then.
The fact that he's thinking means there's nothing. Maybe he doesn't dance enough at the M80s.
I'm sure Tommy can think of something.
No.
Okay, we'll move on. Oh, hey Mike, welcome in, buddy.
I can say something.
I'm not too late to start making fun of Garrett. The dirt cup, yeah, Gitchy. It looked really good. I agree with you there. I think it was too much cake. They should have had more of the.
Let me put it in the chat.
Well, yeah.
My mom is asking a question to me when she could ask every single day because
no, she's gonna put it in the
She gotta put it in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Kellen, has Doug farted in front of you?
Oh my goodness.
I don't think I have. I
Think so.
No, I don't think so.
Close.
You got close.
He probably got close.
Listen. I crop
Did you
dust.
see Gitchy?
I crop dust a lot of people in the park. So
Thanks for sharing that.
you're welcome.
You weren't the only one. I always get
That's how you get people out the way.
Yeah. You're out the line.
Absolutely.
Can't wait
Where's Gitchy?
Gucci's at the end. It says, most annoying thing about Doug, he is not as fun as Stevie.
Oh my goodness, that is blasphemy. I am more fun than Stevie. Stevie's more crazy than I am.
Yeah.
Like, except you guys remember when we were at Yeehaw Bob
Oh,
and they wanted us to get up to do the what was the dance we were going to do? YMCA. And me and Richie get up and go up to the front, and Steve's like, "Yeah, I'm coming." And I turn around, and me and Richie are the only ones up there. Steve stayed in his seat.
He's probably asleep in the seat. Is the thing.
Probably. Most of get you. That hurts. That really hurts. Be good. Be good, or Uncle Doug will give you a wedgie. I have chased him through the parking lot.
That's probably that's your
I
answer.
have chased him through the parking lot at Riverside. Give him a wedgie.
And
I mean,
no,
Jeff
I'm
and Bob.
going to be there to save you this time.
What would make?
June.
Oh, Stacy from Living a Magic asks, what would you make on Fun Food Friday with Michelle?
Oh, that's Stacy. That's a good question.
Man, she's probably like miles away. Man, she's probably
Probably
in England.
England. No, that's not Cy. That's Stacy.
Now, where is our side tonight?
Cy's in bed. It's 3 a.m. there.
Oh, okay.
What would you make?
What is something that you always wanted to make that you think would be fun? Don't say mac and cheese.
If you were actually in the kitchen with them and not just
A
bouncing
cake?
around with your head on the
Or
Carrot
cake
stuff.
or a soup.
Oh.
What if you made cake soup?
Cake or soup?
Make them together. Cake soup.
Are you saying like I should
Yeah,
make
it's
a
Fun Food
hyper-realistic,
Friday. It's always fun.
hyper-realistic cake of soup?
Yeah, if you made cake soup, what would you call it? What would it be?
Coop.
Coop.
Mike,
You make coop with Michelle. Yeah.
have a good night, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
Vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
Oh.
Oh,
And
wait.
Neapolitan coop.
And the broth would be vanilla icing broth.
Ooh. I'm in.
Okay. So, Garrett, are you doing Fun Food Friday this week? I didn't know if you were going to do it.
Michelle has
If
me.
you are, I think you should have Kellen as a guest.
To fly him out there.
No, you're not going to fly.
She said cake soup. Isn't that pudding?
That pudding. Okay, Curtis family wants to know, if you were Disney CEO, would you let me in for free?
If you had hair, yes.
Oh.
Now, wait a second. Just remember how much food I'm going to be buying when I'm in there.
That's true.
You
You let him slide.
Maybe $1. $1.
And I do have hair. I just shaved my head.
You don't have very much.
I have hair. It's just not all of it.
You don't have very much of it.
I'm like Jeff. I got the backward mohawk.
Jeff with hair now. Because you only used to just him being bald. Like I remember the first Amazing we went to when the song where he took the wig off. I remember like it's funny because like when he actually had hair, they took the wig off and everyone was just shocked. It's like Jeff actually has hair. So like
As opposed to reverse, like, oh, he's bald.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh my goodness, I think something just blew over the house. Belinda wants to know, if you were CEO of Disney, what one thing would you change?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Something you don't like that you would change immediately.
Uh-huh.
That is a tough one.
Did your dad leave a stinker? Is that why you're covering your nose?
What are we thinking?
He leaves stinkers in the toilet, so.
This is good. Yeah, you get me.
Not always.
Either I would probably have to say let pets in, even if they're not a service animal, so service and not service animal.
Oh boy.
But
Oh boy.
they
There's
can't
nothing-
That's
be
called Animal
wild.
Kingdom. No, that's called Animal
But they
Kingdom.
can't be wild. So like Luna would probably.
So you want to bring the cat?
What does wild mean?
Oh,
So like you'd be okay with a Rottweiler going into Disney.
I'll be fine if a horse came.
Garrett.
You'd be fine if with our horses in Disney. Didn't you ever see the horses on Main Street and they have the poop bag right up against their butt? Or the guy walking behind with the trash can? That's the most underrated job in all of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
What is that job called, Tommy?
Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh.
No, the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
The Pooh catcher.
Pooh Patrol. Pooh Patrol. Pooh
No.
Patrol.
If you were a pet, though,
You know,
wouldn't
that's-
get in.
Yeah, if I was a pet, I wouldn't get in. That's one thing. Every time when Jeff starts the morning and he goes to Winnie the Pooh,
Put on my hand.
I always say that in the chat and nobody ever gets it. I always say, oh, nothing like a little poo in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody gets it. It's like, come on, people. I can't be the only demented one in there.
Oh, I can hear Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
Pooh catcher.
You can hear it from your house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can hear it. It's so funny when someone's like streaming it or watching the stream and then we hear it outside.
Because of the delay on the stream.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Garrett says they're called a poo catcher. And Curtis Family says waste management glorified collector.
He retracted it on mine.
You skipped a word.
You are Doug. Thanks, Garrett. Garrett's always so nice to me. Anybody else have questions for Kellen? So, Kellen, you're up like all night long. Okay. Is that like, because I know you're homeschooled. When do you do your schoolwork? Do you do it in the evenings? Do you do it at night? You do it
I always do
evening?
evening. But if we're like out like doing like shopping or something and when we come home we do it.
Okay.
Oh, good. Get you guys a
Ask
question.
him how old him and his sister is because we've.
Oh, here we have a question that came back around for Gitchy. What is the most annoying thing Kaylin does?
There's many things.
Oh, stop it. That was on her phone.
Probably sometimes
Mm-hmm.
the cat is just sitting out here, just laying and sleeping, and then she comes in and scoops her and takes her to her room.
Yes, that does bother
That
me.
is
Cat
because
Cat
the
napping.
thing is she always goes under Kaylin's bed. No, Kaylin's bed is probably like under it. Like here's the floor and here's like the whatever you call it, support thing. So it's really thin, so only Luna can get under there. And when Kaylin takes her to her room, Luna's under that bed the whole time. You can't get her out with toys or anything. You literally have to get her out with treats.
She knows you can't get to them.
Exactly right.
So try and get me.
So Chris, the Curtis family says that your dad has a crush on your teacher. Is that true?
Maybe a long time ago.
Yeah, it's true.
Do your mom and dad still go out on dates?
Geez, the last time they went on was
Colorado.
No, we went to Walmart. Remember that? It was just us. It was the weirdest thing. Where were they?
Walmart. Woo.
Caitlin was
They were
somewhere.
home. She was watching.
Oh
I
my
was asleep.
goodness.
I had a sore throat that day.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Really?
well-
Walmart?
Well, when we went to Colorado in 2019, me and Kaylin, we checked out this like school, and me and Kaylin actually got to do like some like work there. We actually like it was really cool. We got to do it wasn't like normal school work. It was kind of like we would see some like kids doing piano or like doing some music. So it was kind of like that, but it was just me and my sister. So my mom and my dad went to this very fancy restaurant. And I think they had like steak or something.
did.
Okay, let me explain.
They
Hold
probably
on.
had some
Let me
wine.
explain so it doesn't sound like a bougie. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me in here. Okay. So okay. I'll tell you this. It's a good story. It's really cute. So she's a regular supporter of Give Kids the World Village. Her name's Linda. We met her at the gala that the kids spoke at. She was so taken back by the kids. She invited us to come out to an event in Colorado Springs. So they sent us out there, and she owns a dance conservatory in Colorado Springs. And so she had us visit the school, and she had all this whole night planned for the kids. They could go to all the different classes, all the different things. You know, they did theater, they did dance, singing. They wrote a song together with one of the teachers. It was really cool. And she booked a dinner for Tommy and I at this country club in Colorado Springs. She had the woman there FaceTime her and show her all the tables. So she picked our table like close to the window. It was like up against like a golf course. It was beautiful. It was right at sunset. And so she planned this whole date night, and she forced us to go like there. She's like, this is what you guys are doing. We're keeping the kids all night, and you guys are going on a date night. And yes, we did have steak, and it was delicious. But that was the first date night in 8 years. So we were like, can't we just stay here with the kids?
And how long ago was that?
It was
4 years.
October or November 2019.
So you're 3.5 years now.
Aside from the Walmart rendezvous a couple months ago for
So
45.
me and Chris are volunteering to watch the kids in June.
We're good.
Oh no. We're gonna watch the kids. We'll take them to Disney or something for the evening. And you two, whoever, you two lovebirds, if that's what you want to call, you can go out on a date.
I know. We're good. You can send us all the wives on a girls' night out. That'd be good.
Yes, please do that. I love that.
Belinda won't be there.
Oh, that's right. She's staying.
It's for work.
I'll find.
I'll be here. Why my husband's in Disney in Florida.
No.
Kellen,
stuff.
you can go down to Key West with me and Steamboat Steve.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll
Don't
give you the
traumatize him.
money to bail us out of jail eventually.
Don't traumatize him.
Don't trauma. Hey, I'm gonna go. I just sent Steve a link. I'm gonna go on a shark feeding cruise
Ooh.
where you feed sharks, and
Yeah.
I said to Steve, I said, you never know, you might.
Oh, the guy's only trip to Disneyland.
We actually did.
Are you guys?
My dad used to live in Tampa when I was in high school, and we came down to visit him. And we went out deep sea fishing. And I was like, I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but it was so fun. It was actually a really cool experience.
Oh yeah.
Never did the shark thing.
Yeah, I mean, I love sharks. Plus, when
That's the key to a successful marriage there. Enough girls' nights, boys' nights, right? Nights after a while.
We had a boys' night
You need
last
the date
night.
nights in the beginning.
It was Kellen, Nick, and I.
yeah.
when Shark Week's on, nobody bothers me. I love it. Anybody else have any more questions?
What is Tommy and Stacy's favorite restaurant?
What is your favorite off-property restaurant? And don't say Walmart.
It varies.
Tommy would probably choose. I don't want to answer for you, but I
You
would
know where we
say
had a good meal at?
macaroni grill.
Yeah, I was just
I
going to
love
say that.
macaroni grill. No one ever
Macaroni Grill. Where's that at?
It's there's a shopping center not far off property with a Target.
Have you been to the Ponderosa?
Yes.
Yeah, we actually have, because if we moved down here, I was like, pump the brakes. I was like, did we just pass a Ponderosa? Because we used to eat there all the time as kids, right? The ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, you got to be kidding me. So we ate there. It was very disappointing.
Yeah.
Really?
It's not the Ponderosa from the 80s.
No.
There are a lot of people that are looking for places off property. There are so many great restaurants. There's the token ones, like everyone will go to like Miller's, you know. The rosemary bread. Yeah, macaroni grill. But like people always think the macaroni grill is just like, you know, a menu of 98 different varieties of mac and cheese.
It's an Italian restaurant. It's awesome.
Especially if you're like a Brussels sprouts fan, and oh man, everything's so good.
And the staff that's at the one here, they're fantastic. We had a good
There's a restaurant over at Steve's in St. Cloud. It's right on the big lake. It's called Krabby Bill's.
Oh, I know.
Really
Different
good.
Carolina.
Really good.
I can't say I'm sure.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's good to know.
They
You
have,
ever really found a good seafood spot?
Mm-mm.
they have alligator bites.
Ooh, I don't know if I could do that.
It tastes like chicken.
I'm pretty
It's
daring.
like a salty chicken. It's like a salty chicken nugget.
I don't think I could do it.
Mm.
I'm pretty brave with food, but I don't think I
I,
could.
I could put it in front of you and just tell you it's like a boneless chicken wing.
Kellen would try it.
You
I'm
wouldn't
not-
even know.
I've had deer, but I'm not moving to the alligator. I don't-
Kellen said he would try it. Kellen tried the
Cal-
dirt ice cream from Salt and Straw. He'll try anything.
Callum will try it. He will
He's
try.
like
There's
the
probably
bug-
things he doesn't
bug ice
like,
cream.
but
Yeah, Kellen's like Mikey. He'll eat anything.
yeah, he pretty much does.
What commercial was that? What was that? Give
Life
it to Mike.
cereal.
Life cereal. Yeah.
Life cereal.
Well, Dave said he loves Gator. Oh,
Oh, Dave, I think it's really good.
I don't think I could do it.
If you didn't know it was Gator, you wouldn't even get like it's something that you wouldn't even expect to taste the way it tastes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Did you see Chris's comment?
You win $1 million.
That is a question I want to ask. You know, when you started streaming, Tommy,
Mm-hmm.
there were nights that Stacy had to basically pull the phone out of your hand
Mm-hmm.
because you just didn't want to quit.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, 8:30 you're done, 9 o'clock, you
2
know,
hour streams.
and your excuse is you don't want to keep us.
Mhm.
If we didn't want to watch, we wouldn't watch. We love hanging out with you guys. And you know, you give us this little teaser, and then we're all
You should come back for more.
and then we're all sitting here at 9:30. The heck am I going to watch now? Oh, I'll watch the Pirates lose.
The best one was when he's like, "Oh, we're gonna get on the Skyliner," right? He's like, he's all
Yeah.
amped up, gets on the Skyliner, doesn't even give you guys a ride, just shuts it down.
You couldn't
Done.
see.
It doesn't matter.
Done. I said the same thing to Belinda. I said, "Oh, he's gonna get on the Skyliner tonight," because I know that's not one of your favorite things to do. You know, because of the
Kellen
height
was
and
actually
everything.
scared. Kellen legit that ride. Kellen is not a big Skyliner fan.
Yeah, he doesn't. Especially
Like he's
at
talking
night.
about it now.
Oh, yeah.
He
I
doesn't
was
like
shocked. The first time I rode it,
Yeah,
it kind of freaked me out a little bit. But
What?
you know, I actually like
it.
riding it around now. But I'm sitting here. We're gonna get to go on the Skyliner. He gets on the Skyliner. Sit down. Okay, guys, have a great night. Click going. I'm like, what?
Well, it's better than the one that he
What
shut
is
down.
going
He
on?
Remember to live in the magic. He just shut you guys down.
Well, that was because I
That's
was.
because I'm not there,
the-
right?
Yeah.
I haven't made the last few streams, so I would have set him straight.
Yeah.
Dad build streams are more entertaining than mine. I have more fun on dad build streams than on my own.
Stacy, when are you gonna grace us with your presence?
He
in
was
the
a
park?
damn 80s.
I'm limited edition, buddy.
Your limited edition.
Yeah, I only come out every now and then.
I know your pass.
Character beats.
You know, your pass is, you know, you have a lot of blackout days.
Yeah,
and
yeah, we downgraded
They're blacked out right now. They
have
can't get
the-
into a park at all.
the Pixie Pass.
Yeah, for Easter. Well, I heard a rumor that they're going to start not next week, but the following week. There's a possibility all the passes will go back on sale.
Wow.
So I'm kind of hoping. I've been waiting, my goodness, a year and a half to get mine.
Yeah.
Because I am coming down there, so much now that, I mean, it would benefit me to have it.
You're the same boat. I was talking to somebody else that loves to frequent down here, and they said the same thing. They're like, we come down twice a year, and that's the annual pass price right there. So they're actually not coming down as much unless passes are available. And I don't blame them. A single hopper day with MK and all that, you're looking at 150, 220. I mean, it varies.
Oh, yeah. I know, and when Chapek was in, all you heard was, I promised passes will return in 2022. Well, here 2022 went and came. He also said the trams would be back at all 4 parks.
Yep.
They're not.
I know. I was going to say, you guys are, 3:30.
Yeah. So.
Good night. That's what she was doing.
Hey, I'm on spring break for a week.
I know. You can stay up as long as you want.
Dougie will be sleeping in tomorrow. Oh, battery's running low. That's all right. We're going to wrap up anyway.
I was going to say, it was on all night.
Yeah. But, and I emailed Bob Iger. And I said, 2 things to address. Trams at the parks, because where they're parking people at Epcot is insane to have them walk. They're parking them the whole way out at the end. And that's just crazy. Hollywood Studios isn't as bad, but they need them back there. And then I addressed the annual pass. I said, you think you're getting away with saving money on this. There's people who are canceling trips because you raised the price of tickets.
Yeah.
They can't afford to go. But
yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys. It's been great.
Oh, thank you.
It's great to talk and see you. You and the kids. You guys know how much I love you. And everybody check out Living the Magic. Make sure let's spread the word on the fundraiser. Share it out to everybody. Let's get her to that 3,000 mark.
Halfway there.
I'll post it one more time in there.
Yeah, and then like you said, keep an eye out.
Belinda,
the middle of next week, we should set up the stream once everything's confirmed for the time slot for anyone who wants to tune in and watch me repel.
Yes, we will. We will definitely watch and there, and we'll be screaming, "Don't jump! Don't jump!"
You'll see it's not that bad. And then next year, we're gonna have a whole crew of you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Aunt Julie wants to do it.
Yeah, Aunt Julie said she would do it.
Jared said he'd do it.
I want to do it.
Jen Caruso will do it.
Yep.
Jen, I told you, Jen.
Yeah.
I'll let
have a
her
full
tell
team.
you the crazy things she's done.
Team Kellen's just always me, right? It's just always been me. So we'll actually have a Team Kellen next year.
Yeah, that would be great. Now, to do you have to raise what, 1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so each person would have to raise 1,000.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Kellen, you have anything to say? He never shuts up when I'm there in person. Now all of a sudden he's quiet.
Yeah, he is quiet tonight. That's rare.
Camera shy. At the end of the day, you see what Chris said. You're amazing. We appreciate all they do. Yes.
Thank you.
They do a lot.
No.
Oh, look what Garrett said.
I'm not saying this, Kellen is.
Garrett said, I love Doug.
No, you guys are great. We love you all so much.
Oh, Mary.
Oh, Mary. Oh, yeah, Mary, you get to see our cat.
There you go, Mary. You saw Luna.
I don't know where she is now. But
Oh, Dave, thanks for
I
being
think she'd
here.
get along with Adam and Blake.
But
Right.
it's been great. It's been great to just see and talk to you guys. The last night we saw Yins, it was the night of a million lights.
That's right.
Yeah.
Those churros were good.
Yeah,
Those churros were good.
Right
Wait,
back
let
to
me
the
go get
food.
those.
That was a fun
Yeah.
day.
Back to the food. I did find something, so you'll have to be looking. Like, can you get big packages at your P.O. box?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll have to be looking for
Are you
something.
sending Belinda down to us?
What?
So are you sending Belinda down to us? We miss her.
No.
We should see her in June. Well, then I'm doing it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, the post office is great. They'll hold
Somebody
something.
has to work.
That's overrated.
But, well, guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to talk to you.
Thanks everyone that donated too tonight. It was awesome.
Yes.
Sharing it out.
Continue to donate. Tune in
All the
on the
questions.
the 15th, correct?
Somewhere
Tune in
else,
the
too.
15th
Yep.
to watch Stacy jump off a building. What did Garrett say? Send Belinda to us. Garrett, I would definitely do that. Yeah. It'd be a lot. I wouldn't get yelled at as much.
That's our job.
But tell Kaylin, is she around?
Kaylin, come say bye.
I think she's working on homework.
I think she's coming out.
Is she doing homework?
She'll come
Okay.
say bye.
Either that or she's
Probably
drunk.
not. Check out Monarch Moments, Fun Food Friday, and also they're going to be going to Disneyland next week.
Garrett, if you're listening, ride Buzz. I want to see Buzz. Kellen wants to see Buzz.
Well, yeah, tune in. You only watched it like the last time they were there was like the first time you see. Tommy didn't want any spoilers, so he doesn't really watch the Disneyland streams. But yeah, he loves Monarch Moments, so he was like, "I'll watch a little bit of it." So he'll watch.
The last time they streamed, Michelle actually caught Garrett on stream.
Oh yeah, no, that's multiple times.
You do see a Garrett appearance here and there.
Yeah, like Garrett's like the contact in my phone for Garrett's number, it's him. It's a screenshot from the stream that I have on my phone. So it's Garrett's face.
You know what the contact picture is for him on my phone? When me and you were standing under that thing that said Garrett.
Yeah, that's right.
But is she still there? Is she doing homework? Okay.
Right here. She's picking up.
Okay.
Hold on.
Work on that. Work on that picture of me.
Oh, sorry. I always do it the wrong way. I don't know.
Come in.
There you go. There's the important ones.
Work on that picture of me. I want that done by the time I come in June.
Doug wants that photo.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness! Look out! Crazy cats, man. Kellen, take care, buddy. Kaylin,
Bye.
good work. Work hard in school. You ought to be almost done, huh?
Yeah, another month.
I got my algebra grade up from a D to a B, so at least that's something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job. Again, Tommy, what is your grade now in algebra?
100%.
A Z.
Because
I was good at algebra, so
I don't like algebra.
I've never been good at math.
Kaylin has geometry next year, and I love geometry.
Well, that's easy.
Well, that's fun.
Geometry is tough. I just did the geometry with Dakota this year.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It is tough.
It is very hard to teach. So, all right, are you going to do your closing?
What closing?
Oh, we can. I don't know. Tommy might cut you off.
Do you remember how to do it?
Really?
All right. Here, I'm going to make it big.
Wait a minute. That's not it.
We got to get Luna here to do it.
Before you go,
Fridays.
Guys, you guys.
Friday, Fun Food Fridays.
And
someone put the link.
Doug. I haven't done that for a while because I just call you Dougie.
Okay.
That, you started that too. Singing Doug.
Yeah,
you started everything.
Channel want to be
hurry.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for having us and for being here and watching Zip-a-Dee-Doo, Doug, and Belinda. And remember to always
Live in the magic.
That was loud.
That was loud.
All right, guys. Love you.
Love you too. Thank you. Bye,
Bye, guys.
guys.
Yeah. All right. That was Live in the Magic. What a great family. Make sure you guys share the stream out. Share all the info on the fundraiser stream. The fundraiser for anybody. Just share it out wherever you can. Let's get her to 3,000. I want to see her jump off a building. No, just kidding. But thank you guys for everybody coming in. Remember, it's Easter weekend. Keep God close to your heart. Celebrate Easter. And we'll see you in the chats. We'll see you on the streams this weekend. I know Jeff is going live tomorrow night from Epcot. And then he'll be live on the weekends. Let's see, who else? Monarch Moments, Friday night. Fun Food Friday, if they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to do it yet. But then they're going to Disneyland next week. So, I'll definitely be tuning in. Check out Dad Builds. Check out, check out everybody's channels. It's a great community. Oh, aloha, Elena. Oh, that's okay. I know you're working. It's 3:26 in Hawaii right now. But thank you for stopping in. Check out Garrett if he does his early morning streams. It's very good streams early in the morning if you're awake then. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to Live in the Magic for coming on. Next week, next Wednesday, I am going to have Amy, AJC Magic TV, on. So she'll do her trivia, and then she's going to come on the show next week. So next week, we're going to have Amy, AJC Magic TV. So tune in next week at 7 p.m. But yeah, thanks for being here. And remember, Easter this weekend. God bless y'all and take care.